Why are you playing the credits?
Technical difficulty.
Welcome back. Dan wanted to do the whole intro again.
I just really like the intro sequence, okay, guys? I worked really hard on it.
You did work pretty hard on it.
I just want everyone to watch it again.
Also, thank you for saying that. Welcome back to Part 2. Part 2? Part 2. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Part 2.
Stick to English.
We've had a 15-minute break and now we've lost it. It is all professionalism just gone out the window.
Yeah, we've not even been drinking. Welcome to Part 2 of Blades in the Dark. So, I think it's time for the engagement roll. You've made your plan.
Yeah.
You've got your loads.
What
plan it is? Our plan is we sent a letter and we're going to go see a guy. Cool. So...
Can't believe he didn't respond. Maybe busy. That's pretty busy.
Probably can't, right?
So. Well, the first thing is you get one dice, my favourite term, for sheer luck.
One dice.
Let me just pull this up.
That's all we need. All we need is one.
Do you have any major strengths or weaknesses? So, major advantage. Is the occupation particularly bold or daring? I don't think it's got particularly... Mind you, I kind of like it.
Bold.
I kind of like it. Yeah, I think it is.
I mean,
like,
how you describe...
Get all of it together or we'll pump them in one go. I think you get a die
it's
for
very
that.
sensible
I think you get a die for that, yeah.
Plus how you described Coleridge, it's just being like such a tough place.
Yeah,
walk in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
With a briefcase.
Does it explode of vulnerability, or is it continue? Oh, sorry, is it continue on many factors? Not really. It's get like people in a room we sell to them. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability in its target or hit them where they're weakest?
So what's the target here?
The target.
I guess the target is Scofflanders.
Yeah, Scotland.
It kind of does, 'cause we're
using Ulf as a way in.
So we're kind of targeting Scotland, but it's kind of like we're targeting them on their day of celebration.
Yeah.
So they're more likely to be to engage in revelry.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we want.
The
Right?
way
I think it's a +1. I think it's 1.
The way we're going to swing it as well is
Yeah.
that to Wolf we're going to say they're going to be reciprocal to your calls to action or arms. You know, they're going to want to be on your side if they're a bit fucked up basically.
A bit fucked up. I'm guessing this will be Spark, not Recall.
It's Spark, yeah.
Spark will get him a bit pumped. Recall will knock him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recall, yeah. No, it's Spark.
Cool. Is target strong or do they have any particular defences? Not really. Can any friends or contacts provide aid or insight into this?
Not right now.
No.
I don't think.
Are enemies or any rivals interfering in the operation? You are going to get a negative dice for one of them for reasons off screen, off camera. Yeah, but you do unfortunately get a negative. So you get two. You've got 2 dice.
That's alright.
So, who wants to make the engagement roll? So the first thing, we'll set the scene, so we know what the roll's for. So, as you're walking through, and you're seeing the soot-covered workers, hacking up black bile against some walls as their lungs are coated in this stuff, as they're working through it all day without any particular protection.
Beautiful.
Yes. You come to a grey brick with a tile-worked roof. And it's a singular building, there's nothing on top of it, and it just says the Old Forge Tavern. No symbol, just straight block capital letters above it. And you see light coming through inside, and the windows are a bit grimy and dirty. And you see one guy kind of stumble out, and he's just looking, runs his hand like dirty hands, blackened hand through his hair, kind of leans against the wall for a bit and starts stumbling his way home. A carriage with 2 big Crozian goats trundles past as you're sitting there. Standing there across on the cobbled streets. Do you go in?
Yeah.
That's where Ulf is. You're told Ulf will be.
That's where we believe he is. So let's go in.
Awesome. So make your die roll as you walk in and see how Ulf greets you in his territory.
So Ulf is in there then. He's literally.
You're pretty sure. We'll see, won't we? 5. You're in a risky position when it starts. So how would you walk into this? How would you walk into the Old Forge Tavern?
I think how I imagined it anyway was that I would go first and then basically scope out the place and then give the old like the president's bodyguard basically
walking confidently,
beckon him and obviously open a door for him.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm going to play it is that because I really don't want to do the talk. I know, like Thaddeus knows himself. He knows that if he starts talking to these guys, he's going to get himself in trouble. So he's downplaying his role basically, and he's saying he's just there to help or protect Merrick in the thingy. So that's how I'm going to act. So as a bit of a bodyguard, I open the door. I do like a quick scout around the room, and then beckon him in.
Okay. Did you want to survey the room?
I would like to survey the room because that is what I'm doing. That is a good point. I will survey the room for any dangers.
Well, so this is the first challenge. Is simply the territory you're in is a rival, not necessarily like a hostile gang, but a rival gang.
Yeah.
So it's risky as per the engagement role. I would say this is risky standard survey. Because if there's the fact that you might piss someone off, or someone might think, what's this guy doing, or other contingent factors depending on the role. So yeah, I think risky standards for survey.
Okay, so it's 2 dice, take the worst. Is it 4? 4, so it's 4.
You do it, it's partial success, risky standard. So as you walk in, I'll describe the scene and we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. You see on the right is a long bar, that while from the front it looks like quite a squat square house, it's actually quite long backwards. And the bar, it's lined with all manner of bottles and tap beers and ales and pull handles. Behind the bar is a really tall fellow. He's clean shaven, salt and pepper, black and grey hair. He's got a apron on from the front, and he's cleaning the glass in the typical manner of every barkeep everywhere that's ever existed. But it's quite a nice place. Despite the dirty exterior, he clearly keeps or runs a tight ship in here. It's very clean. It's well lit from the inside. They have got kind of flickering lights above, which don't seem to be particularly working well. It's quite dim and couple flickering it out, but they've got a couple of lit fires in halves, which give the room, it's very warm in here. Maybe to keep people drinking the cold drinks more, but it's well lit and warm, and it would almost be welcoming if you look like you belonged.
Okay.
The tables are simply open, round tables on the left hand side, with various people sitting and drinking off them, and the vast majority are clearly workers, they're clearly labourers. This is where the locals come to drink, possibly after the shift, which brings me to the next question, is what time have you gone here to see how busy it is? What time would you have gone to visit Ulf?
I think we'd want to avoid, rush hour essentially. We would want to avoid when people are coming out and, going drinking. So it's probably middle of the day when everyone's at work, possibly.
Middle of the day when everyone's at work, so we're talking about between 12 and 2, say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So, say 1 p.m. afternoon. 1 p.m. So, it's not that busy at 1 p.m. Or Doskvol equivalent of 1 p.m. But there's still a few people drinking, whether they're on their lunch breaks, or whether they're day off, or whether they're just drinking. Mm-hmm. You don't know. Well, it's not too busy. It's about, as busy as you'd expect it. Tables got a couple of people at it, some tables are empty. And to the back, up a small flight of stairs with a small railing, so it's separate, but it's not barred off. You see a couple of big fellows. Well, big's a bit of an understatement. One of them is big, one of them is pretty huge. Can't get a good look at from this angle.
But they sat down.
But they are sat down. One is drinking, and one has a glass in front of him, but doesn't seem to be touching it. But they're not as dirty as the rest of the folk in here, which is the first thing that makes you stand out. And you see this guy's got this, the one at the back, you see he's got this dirty blonde hair, kind of swept back, like he's raking his fingers through. It's not styled, it's like he's put his fingers through just to kind of sweep it back a little bit. And he's just got this super serious expression. And from the description you've heard, that's probably Ulf.
Okay. How would we have discussed how to approach it in this manner? Do we just walk up to him? Flashback.
Yeah, flashback.
Yeah, probably. I think.
Or are we bold? Do we take a briefcase with Spark in it, slam it down on the table and open it up? Is that our first move? Or are we more professional? Do we get a little pouch out and then that's what we present across the table? And then slide
little pouch with a business card, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably,
So we approach We approach the VIP area.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Which is not very man of the people, if you ask me. But
it doesn't seem so much a VIP area. He's just removed himself from it a little bit.
Yeah.
As you come up here, you can see there are 4 tables, and Ulf sees you coming a mile. You guys don't seem to particularly hide in it anyway.
As soon as we spot him, we'll beeline for him.
Yeah.
We'll go straight for him, and I'll check out those two, and just to try and judge what sort of, I'm saying load, but that's the mechanic. But basically, what they look? Do they look like they're packing heat?
Ulf, especially getting closer to Ulf, you can see he's missing an eye. He's got a massive scar right down there, and that eye is just milky. It's kind of drooping there with some kind of blades or some heavy something has cut it. Either blade, maybe some talon of a creature that from the Deathlands, you don't know. Yeah. And he's just got this foul expression. Not that he's sour, just the kind of expression of someone who has just seen the worst life has got to offer and is still somehow alive.
Yeah.
And he's just looking at you with these 2 eyes, one milky white, one this piercing kind of dark green, but might as well be as milky white as the full expression it portrays.
Okay.
And he's the one that's not drinking. And you see it's just a glass of water, it's not alcohol.
Okay.
The one to his left, to your left, his right, has got a bandana on the top with a shock of blonde hair come out from underneath it. And it's got this kind of sardonic grin as you come in, as he drinks and puts it down. Slams it down. He's got a few pierced ears, a few pierced rings in his ear. And it looks like he could handle himself. You can't see any immediate weapons on him.
Okay.
But just given the layers of his clothing, he's got a big coat on, even in this heat. You reckon he's probably got something under it. Ulf, on the other hand, has just got a shirt on. You don't see any immediate weapon. Maybe he's got something on his hip under the table. You don't know.
Yeah.
But his sheer bulk, size, and demeanour seems to be his first weapon. And as you step up the stairs, do you go to put... And there's 2 chairs on the table. It's a circle table. They've got 2. He can see everyone coming in the bar. Do you go to sit down, or do you just stand at the table next to them?
I think I just walk up to the table and just essentially hold forward a business card and be Ulf Ironborn, I presume.
The guy to his right takes the card. He doesn't take it. He just keeps looking at you.
Thadeus pulls out the chair for Merrick.
Yeah. As you pull out the chair, Ulf just holds his hand up and goes, "You don't sit till I tell you to sit."
Of course. This is your establishment.
Yeah. It is. And he looks to his pal and Habib's looking at this card. What does this card say? Remind me. You told me last week. Remind me what this card says.
I think it's like Blackwater Exchange.
Yeah.
24/7 tailors.
Yeah. Open every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he looks at it and he flicks it across the table. Not at you, just flicks it. He gestures to the chair.
I don't take the other chair. I just stand behind Merrick.
Looking all menacing.
Okay. Or trying to.
Trying to.
In front of Ulf.
I take a seat.
So Ulf kind of leans forward, and everything this guy does, it's not slow, it's more purposeful. When he leans forward, it's that I'm settling down to business now. When he leans back, it's that I'm relaxing now. Everything, everything's done with a purpose, it seems. As if his life has somehow been slowed down by just half a second, just a beat. So as he leans forward to you, he says, "So, you wrote the letters?"
Certainly did. We weren't sure if you'd received them.
I did.
But here we are.
But I think if someone's going to do business, they should do it face to face.
That's why we're here.
He taps his eye. I like to see a man in the eye when I'm doing business with him. So, what's this proposition you've got for me?
We Is Ulf actually? Does he like do a party? Is he already doing a party on Unison? We're not looking into that. We're just.
Is Ulf right? What was that?
Is he like? He's already. We already know he's doing a party, do we?
You don't know.
We don't. Okay.
We know there's celebrations.
We know there's a celebration.
Scott, yeah, there are celebrations, and he's Scott, and it doesn't take a genius to work out that he's going to be involved in some way.
Yeah.
Almost.
What we're.
He seems a little hostile. Whether that's just him, or whether that's the consequence of the fall on the risky roll, you don't know.
Maybe.
We would reasons.
Obviously, having discussed it before, we would have
Flashback.
discussed that you need to lean on the fact that he's not the strongest Scoblander. Like, you know,
he's not.
He's not.
The grind is definitely stronger.
And he needs the people, basically, and
Yeah.
a great, and just basically describe it in such a way where you're saying that you need the people on your side, and the way you can do that is by getting them riled up. And what better than Unison, and what better way to get them riled up through artificial, intoxication.
Artificial intoxication.
And then say we're prepared to cut a deal to provide some of these things and help you in this cause.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I think I'll just like. There's one like so. I hear that Unison's coming up. Big day for the Scovs.
He's just glaring at you at the moment. And this awkward silence passes. And he goes, a big day, yeah.
Certainly want to celebrate.
Are you being sarcastic when you say that, or are you being serious, do you reckon?
Being serious?
Being serious.
Completely serious.
Completely serious. I'm going to do a fortune roll on that. Just because I want to see how Wolf responds to this.
Okay.
6 and a 5.
6 and a 5. Good for someone. Celebration for some. Not so much others. You're a Ruvian. Your people willingly embrace the Empire. We try to hold off our independence. King and Queen brutally murdered. But yeah, today for celebration. What's Unison got that interests you?
We
and the other guy's just glaring at you like, oh, you're the muscle, are you? And the other guy's like, you know, just holding your gaze, not looking away, just drinking and looking at you.
We want to help you to gain the support of the people, to put on an event.
An event. Now, why would I want to do something like that?
We know about your relationship with the Grinders.
You mean my relationship to my fellow people? I hear you don't like the Grinders much, or specifically they don't like you. Scoff killers. He looks at you when he says that. Friends with the Silver Nails, aren't you?
We have several business associates from all creeds.
Business associates. He looks to his friend and goes, that's what he calls it. Business associates. Alright, Mr.
Daines, Merrick Daines.
Mr. Daines. Ulf's going to try and get a read on you.
Okay.
You can resist this if you wish. But Ulf's going to try and see if you're fucking him or not, basically. He's going to try, and everything you're saying, the way you're talking, the way, you know, the whole presentation it's been, the letter, the whole thing, he wants to see, are these guys for real? Are they really going to try and, you know, help us, or are they trying to fuck me?
Yeah.
Because of the reputation and procedure. Again, you can resist if you want, or you can let him try it inside you, depending on the role as to what he gets.
I don't think we're necessarily trying to fuck him. I think we are.
It's whether he perceives that or not.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's that whether you're being completely honest or not, but yeah. He doesn't think these guys are tailors, you're quite right. I don't think these guys... What party were tailors throw? Okay, that's not a good read. That's a thrace, that's a fail. It's not a good read.
It's not a good read.
He's looking at you, he's having to try and weigh his mind up as to who and what you really are. As he's doing that, the door bursts open, and a woman with a face of thunder walks in. She looks around, spots you guys, spots Ulf, and just beelines right to him. She comes over, and with absolutely any fear whatsoever, just slams her hand on the table, and the drink shakes a bit, and the gentleman with the long blonde hair, she goes, "Whoa, Belle, come on, Belle!" Like that, as it's spilled all over his lap. Ulf, his drink kind of spills, and he just kind of looks at it and just looks back at her. And as she slams her hands on the table, she goes, "He's done it again. He's done it again." And Ulf just looks at it and goes, "I'm dealing with it. Let me deal with it in my way." This woman looks at you two and she's like, "What are you staring at?" "Right, I'm telling you, I'm sick of it. What are you going to do when Unison Day comes around? That's the time to get the people together." And they have this back and forth, and Ulf is just giving nothing away. He's trying to cut it down. As every time she tries, "What are you trying to do? We're getting the people together. What are you gonna do?" is the general thing. You've got something, and at one point, as this goes on about half a minute or so, and you guys kind of, what you got, in fact, if anything,
I think, can I like interject when she says, like, what are you going to do to bring the people together?
Yeah, absolutely, of course,
Can I just say, well, Ulf was just telling us about throwing a party to get the people together.
A party? What kind of party?
Just a great day of celebration.
Now, as you're looking at her now, you see she's got long, dark hair in wrinkle, like naturally curly hair. It goes down to halfway down her back. It's super long hair. She's got a little top hat on, like kind of not a jaunty angle. It's just kind of like it's definitely clipped into the hair, but just her whole demeanour, it's made it's come off slightly. She's got not so much a petticoat. It's some kind of like almost like a man's jacket, but cut for a woman. And she's got an air of someone who is trying to look respectable. And she's pulling it off. She's the better part, she is pulling it off. I'm not quite sure who or what she is, or what her relationship with Ulf is, but they've got a relationship to the point that she feels okay talking to him like this. And he is frustrated.
Do we recognise her? We don't know who she is?
No, but you're beginning to get a sense this might be Belle Brogan.
From the Crows?
No, Belle Brogan is a Scotlander, a factory worker who has been gaining popularity. You've heard little bits as a union organiser.
Okay.
Someone who's trying to making waves in the political scene, because the four men in Coleridge are brutal. They are brutal, and she's been making noise, making waves, and the way she's talking about how to get the people together and what's Ulf going to do.
Yeah.
Not now, Mom. This is makes sense if it's her. So you interject.
Parties are a great way to bring the people together. That's why we're here, after all.
May I speak, Merrick?
Certainly.
Oh, the strong silent type opens his mouth.
We'll sell to anyone, you know that. Scotlanders.
Who are you talking to?
Ulf Ironborn.
Ulf Ironborn, ignoring her. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm addressing the whole party.
Okay.
So
I'm just like wary of what you're going to say.
Yeah, Merrick's like
yeah. We'll sell to anyone.
Yeah.
Scotlanders, Eruvians,
yeah,
Alcarosi,
yeah.
And I'll purposely leave out
Severosi. You purposely leave out Severosi. Yeah. We'll say to anyone, just amidst this one group.
Now, under the current regime of the Emperor, I'm not doing too well. My kids get their 2 meals a day, but I want them to get 3. Yeah? You know where I'm coming from? I don't care who changes things around here. I just care that there's a change. So we're prepared to help you enact change. It creates vacuums of power where people like me and like you can jump into. That's all I had to say. And can I try and do a consort?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, go for it. Absolutely. Roll your consort. And let's see how the people respond.
Is there any way I can help with that consort? Just seeing how much consort you have.
Nodding along.
Well, take 1 stress in the system.
Yeah.
I will do that.
So how do you assist him? How do you assist with this? The stress is, oh god, what's he going to say?
I think it's Thadeus doing that. I think I'm just kind of backing up with like, yes, that's why we're here. You know.
Okay,
so we are party planners by trade.
You're taking his rough words and you're carving them into something elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what my friend means to say, that kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Make your consort roll. Is it a consort, right?
Any devil's bargains?
Devil's bargains. Excellent question. Let's have a look and see. So, devil's bargains, of course, anyone can ask or suggest them. Let's have a look at this.
I kind of have a suggestion.
Okay, I've got one. Make your one first. I've got one.
Well, you literally just said we'll sell to anybody.
Yeah.
What if word about us you saying that gets back to the Silver Nails?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And you purposely left them out, but you did say we'll sell to anyone. I mean,
well, saying you sell to everyone and actually doing it.
I don't know. I don't necessarily want to accept that. So please, let's hear what.
I can't say why, but some think basically next downtime an NPC faction is going to get an extra action. What you're doing is going to somehow further another faction's agenda.
Okay.
And they're going to get an extra die. They're going to get an extra go on the agenda clock.
How is that faction determined by the narrative in terms of like?
It's not just random. I already know now.
Okay.
Given the people in the bar and what you guys are saying and who's there, someone, because of it, and we'll see if you're going to find out, is going to get. What you've said is going to help them do something. Whether that's just the knowledge you guys have said, or knowledge of the unionism party, or something, but it's going to further their agenda, and they're going to take that and use it.
I'll take it.
Taking it.
Yeah. So 2 dice.
This is chess. This is pawns and pieces are moving on the table.
Okay, so 2 dice.
2 dice. Console. 1 stress, 1 devil's bargain.
Yep.
I love it. Wait. Oh, you can't push yourself.
You can't push yourself. I'm not pushing myself.
Cool.
So here we go.
Ooh,
a 1 and a 2.
So a failure, it goes back. Oh, it didn't set position effect.
Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
think it was obvious though, it was risky standard.
Yeah.
Because it could have gone either way, you're not in a control position, it's not desperate, he's open to hear you. Risky standard. And you're saying this to the party. And then, okay, this is cool. So, Ulf kind of looks at you. Maybe it's your rough tongue, maybe it's your reputation as someone who's not a fan of the Scobs and your relationship with the Grinders. But he looks at you and goes, you say anything to anyone? And what? The Scobs are just that to you? Just another payday? Just another tool of the establishment?
I'll say to him.
And it's gone very quiet all of a sudden. Even Bell's kind of stepped back now as Ulf's kind of narrowed his gaze, his one good eye looking at you.
I'll say, I may fucking hate Scobs. And I'll say that to him.
I will just...
Wait!
I will just like...
But I damn well fucking hate nobles more. You need this deal. You need the people on your side. And I'll slam my fist down on the table. I'm going to try and command him.
You should command it. This will be desperate now. It's going to be desperate. Okay, so this will be desperate. I'm going to say limited.
Okay.
Desperate limited. He's when you say, I love it. When you say, I fucking hate Scobs, his heckles have immediately jumped up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll mark it
It's
off.
desperate. Let's see if your words can get through his cloud of anger.
So I'm on 1 dice. I'm sort of tempted to push myself for the effect more than anything. There's not a lot else I can do at the minute. I think it's just going to have to be a 1 dice.
A 1 dice, man.
A
1 dice.
I'm pushing myself.
Let's have a look. And before you push yourself, let me just check something.
They have 4 stress left.
I love it. I've got no immediate bargains, nothing like that. You're
Okay.
pushing yourself?
Yeah, push myself. to
Okay, pushing yourself.
So
to
it's to
desperate.
raise the effect from limited to standard.
Okay, so you're pushing yourself to 1 die.
1 die.
And you're pushing yourself to a desperate standard. I love it. Merrick's gonna like, oh shit.
Got it. 6! Come on!
Wow.
Yes!
Wow.
Come on!
That is Blades. That's Blades right there, man. Desperate. Boom. Yourself.
Command against all 5
You see that Ulf's kind of gripping his glass, and as you say, I fucking hate scarves. There's the sound of shattering glass as his fist has just smashed it, crushed it. And you can see like there's blits of blood now just dripping down between his fingers where the glass has just pierced his hand. But as you say, I fucking hate nobles more, and you slam your fist in, you need this. Something in your, whether it's your demeanour, your tone of your words, or a combination, it goes through. It pierces that cloud of anger, and he looks at you and goes, well, I might fucking hate you. And he starts picking out the glass of his hand now. But you make a good point. Your friend back, and he looks at you, your friend back, keep a leash on his tongue. You're meant for this. You're not so much. And Belle's standing there now, just arms crossed. And then she just leans in and goes, well, if you're going to do this, I'm going to come back when I can talk some sense into you. And she just kind of turns on the heels and looks out, while Ulf just finishes just picking the glass out. And the other fella he's with kind of goes across the table and grabs a cloth that's been sat there, and Ulf starts cleaning his hands of the blood. Wipes the table down. What's the plan? Thadeus and Merrick. What have you got for me? Yeah, we're throwing something on Uni Sunday. There'll be a few people here.
We've got a product that will enhance the merrymaking, shall we say?
Well, I'd like a bit more information than that.
It would lead them open to a revolutionary attitude, I believe. You get them all riled up.
Yeah.
You get a speaker in front of them.
Yeah.
You, or your man here. You don't think that a bit of artificial intoxication would help in that? Get their blood pumping. Get them to attach themselves to a cause. You'll have them on your side, the people.
It's a good job you ain't nobles more than you ate us Scots.
One of his
What's the
redeeming
product?
features.
What's the product?
We have a large amount of spark.
Well, that stuff. It's cheap. It's nasty. It gets the job done.
Certainly.
How many people can you fund, shall we say? And you'd know.
We'll work out
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
details.
you work out details, yeah. Like, you've got more than enough for, like, you know, a couple hundred people. If you're going to do it in one go, you can definitely, you know, got more than enough. You've got a month's supply, oh my god, to sell.
And that's
like,
with cutting it.
Yeah, that's without cutting it.
That's
So if you cut it, you got even more. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-part job, so this score is 2 parts. So you're near the end of the first part. The second part, continuing on, will be the actual sale itself, being a 2-parter. So, alright. So, alright. Got yourselves a deal. I will bring the people together. I will allow you to sell your product. What's that saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well then, I guess that makes us friends, doesn't it? And he's kind of looking at you now, and both eyes have swiveled to you, even that blank milky one.
I'll just extend a hand and say, good doing business with you.
Yeah. And he takes your hand and he shakes it, and you've still got a little bit of blood dripping off it.
Yeah.
And he kind of runs his hand through his hair again. He seems to be some kind of maybe nervous tick or just a habit, but he runs his hand through his hair and a little bit of blood streaks into his dirty blonde hair. Shakes your hand. He's waiting for you. He's not going to make the first move on this. You made the first move. He shook it. He's looking at you now. And his other friends just drinking.
Nudge.
Are you openly nudging it?
Nudge. Totally.
I get out a packet of Spark.
Yeah.
I'll slide it along the table.
Yeah.
And then I'll hold out my hand.
Okay. Picks it up. Kind of nods a little bit. Shakes your hand. He grips it real fucking tight. Like, you can see, like, it's this macho scene. How do you respond as he does it, like, his knuckles start to whiten a little bit? How do you respond to that?
I just keep my gaze.
Yeah.
Like,
this testosterone-fueled moment of, and
you
you
know,
can feel the strength of his grip.
I've been in the military. I know techniques that commanders use to break down the people and bring back up. So I know this macho attitude, and it's sort of like I'm a little bit past it. I'm like in my late 30s, early 40s. Yeah. So I'm sort of like
this would have worked 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I've been around the block a few times, and I sort of know what you're doing here. Yeah. Sort of like pals. So I'm not glaring them out. I'm just like, okay. Yeah,
it's just part of the stuff you're gonna go through. It's just water off the duck's back to you. Okay.
I was interjecting. Well, this is a happy partnership.
Yeah. Right. Well, your business is your business. My business is my business. But looks like we have a juncture where our paths can cross. I trust your stuff's good because you'll be the one selling it.
Of course.
Party starts party's the wrong word for it, but we can't call it a revolutionary gathering either. And this is like hacking laugh. And it's like, but the gathering will begin around 7:30. Get here early because you'll struggle to get in otherwise. It's going to be packed. I expect to see a couple hundred people turn up.
As do we.
I'll see you in a few days.
I'll go to pull Merrick's chair away from him.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't. That whole guy's is gone. I'll just turn it.
Merrick's like, we're waiting, like.
I'll just turn on my heel and just start towards the door.
Okay.
Or maybe, no, it's not really a show. I think Thadeus just wants a drink after that, so he'll probably go to the bar and
okay, yeah,
and ask for a drink.
Yeah. Well, it keeps Daines. He's coming over to us. Kind of looks over it all for a little bit. Looks back at you.
I swirl it around. Once he gives it me, I swirl it around the grass and like in my glass, I go, Scotland is slow. Try and choke it down.
I think I just head off.
Yeah, no.
I think business done.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm not drinking it slowly. I drink it fast. So follow him out.
I'll wait outside and then you'll enjoy me.
Yeah. You walk outside, bump into a fan on the way up. Sorry. He walks in. Walks past you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That was close. I'm going to have to wash my hand for about 2 weeks after that. You do realise that, Merrick?
Yes, I know.
Look at me.
You did well.
Why are we always dealing with Scotland and Eruvians?
What happened to all the Acrosians?
Yeah.
They took our jurors.
Wherever the opportunities lie.
I'm looking forward to getting some of them fucked up, though. Should be interesting.
So as you're walking back through the streets of Coleridge,
I hope you're not thinking of starting anything.
I wouldn't dream of it, Merrick.
Somehow I'm not convinced.
Okay, so unless there's anything else you wish to do before we go to part 2 of this score, which is the unison.
Well, other than cut the drugs, I don't know if we need to make a roll to see how well we do it, or like.
I think this is your hawkers. I think that's something you guys can do and you'd know how to do.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so you spend the next few days watering down the product for the spark, ready for the unison day. Okay, you do notice, Merrick, on the way back, your wallet's gone.
Okay.
Your wallet's been,
of course, it has.
Either been lifted or stolen, but it's gone.
It was a guy bumped in on the way out.
Definitely.
I
would have thought so.
Yeah.
What was in that?
A picture of his father.
What was in my wallet?
With like the handwritten "Father, please forgive me" in the back. Anything special or just money? Just money and usual?
I don't think there'd be anything special. Maybe like some like aces.
Oh, some cards.
From some playing cards. Yeah, there's probably some of those in there.
Okay, but your wallet's gone. It's been stolen.
Little pouch of like trans powder, probably or something like that. Just like some little bits, but nothing.
Yeah. Any idea? Most people in Doskvol do carry some kind of identification card for the blue coats. It determines, your sex, your it's not a picture, but where you're from, it's signed, detail, has to be stamped by one of the blue coats. It's like almost like a mini birth certificate, but an ID version of it.
Yeah, there probably would be.
Okay.
We can forge you one of those up.
Okay.
Yeah, it would probably be an ID in the name of Merrick Daines, which would probably be fake.
Fake ID from Merrick Daines. How's it fake if it's your name? If it's your name, is it still fake?
Well, Merrick Daines is an alias.
Oh, okay. So it's your alias, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, time fast forwards a little bit. We come to the Unison Day parties. The city is abuzz. Celebrations. Especially the local Acrosians are they're having a great time. Work finishes early on the day before, which is on Dust Day. And then the actual day itself, which is Carillion, the celebrations begin in earnest. So you're on Dust Day, kind of the end of the week, the dust from the week, hence the name, is being swept aside, the work is being, finishing early, and you see the banners of some of the streams coming out. And you start to see more and more the military making themselves. Old uniforms are being brought out and people wearing them. A lot of the bars and taverns and the inns or any drinking establishment is making a show of, you start seeing signs and those big old typographic posters, Unison Day celebrations or, God save the immortal emperor, that sort of stuff all around. So, make your way to Coleridge.
Yeah.
This time the soot is still ever present here. This is the dark spewing clouds.
Just as a note, I think it's a substantial amount of drugs to carry on one person.
Yes.
So
yes, it is.
We've enlisted the help of one of our cabbie friends
cool.
to bring the drugs along with us.
Do you want Drav, the Dagger Islander, or Romina, the Eruvian?
I like Romina.
You like Romina, the
Romina's,
she's more friendly.
Okay.
So we're in a cab.
Yeah.
We get her to drive us there. All the drugs are in the secret compartment under the seat next
the secret
to it.
compartment has literally a bench.
A bench, yeah, which swings up.
Is there like a back entrance that we can load them into?
Yeah, the forge. Yeah. So as you get there, we'll say that Havid, he's been introduced to you now, is second in command, the blonde hair. He sees you coming, and he's still got that sardonic grin. You're not sure if it's just permanently stapled on his face, but he kind of comes, gestures you around, and he walks down the end of the block with you, and you see that there's like a back alley that runs between the whole terrace at the back. It's dirty. You can just about get the cab to kind of go a little ways in, but it won't fit all the way, so you're gonna have to unload it there and walk it. But a couple of his crew come and help you, and they're all the same. It's burly guys, swarthy work, sweat, dripping as they've got the sleeves rolled up, and you see typical kind of tattoos, some Scov traditional, which is a bit like runic.
Just as a note, we probably have to choose our load again.
Yeah, I would say for this you will. Yeah.
So I'm going to go the same, I think.
Yeah, I'll go the same light.
So light and medium.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You notice here now that in Coleridge that a lot of the spark and the noise has quietened down. The industry's still ongoing, but there's definitely a less work presence today.
Yeah.
So, how do you guys prepare, or what do you want to do, if anything, to sell to the people that are gonna?
So, the way I imagined it is that we just basically positioned ourselves at different parts of the room.
Yeah.
Like maybe if there's three of us, we just take a corner each. We pay off the bar.
Is she gonna help you sell it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're
inside,
okay, yeah.
I think we need to get as much of it sold as possible.
Yeah.
We're going to pay off the bartender
to
basically say, if you want a bit of extra, like point us out, basically.
Oh, okay. So when he's serving drinks, he's suggesting
it. Maybe some of the waitresses as well. Like we'll pay him some, like half a day's pay.
Okay, yeah, a couple of barmaids. Yeah.
Yeah, to or even like
mark off. I'd say maybe 1 coin for what you're handing out to people.
Okay.
To get them to do it.
Yeah.
Because you're basically, I don't want to say acquire an asset, but you're acquiring lots of mini assets for.
It's like help.
Yeah.
So that's another thing we do, and just to help.
And decent money. Like so, people are going to do this and do it well. It's like give you half now, half at the end of the shift if you do well.
Yeah.
Is it like a back room that we can repurpose? So
absolutely. Yes. There's absolutely. So it's actually the barkeep goes through a back door, but also as soon as you walk into the bar, there's a room on the right. And the one on the other end as well, either side of the bar, which you can actually close the door in, and it's got a round table, green felt. This is some kind of card gambling area, and they've got 8 chairs around it. You can use one of them. You can mark that as private for the evening.
Cool.
Where are you keeping the main supply? Are you keeping lots on you? How are you doing this? Are you going to go back and get more? Where are you keeping the vast majority of your stock?
I think mainly the back room.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep someone there with it, or are you going to get Ulf to get one of his guys and iron it?
I think. We don't.
But Ulf can lend you his crew here. Like Havid has helped get the stuff in.
I think I'm probably going to be the least useful in peddling the stuff. So maybe I'll stand by the door basically. I'll be at the door seeing who's coming in and out.
Yeah.
Bulk of it will be in there, and we'll keep a bit back in the carriage.
Okay.
Just in case it's like extra we need to do or something like that. So,
okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got some back in the carriage. Is anyone keeping guard on that one? No. Okay, so some in the carriage are back. You split. Some in the carriage. Any, say, is it 50-50, 60-40, 70-30?
Can we get the cabbie to stay there with it? Or
she was peddling, you said.
She's
we'll
so it's you and Romina peddling and stuff.
Right, yeah.
You're keeping an eye on the main supply. You've also got Ulf's guys if you want them to do anything.
Let's get one of those guys.
They're going to try and relatively, keep trouble down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, rile people up. It's that, do you want to direct the anger?
Yeah.
And he's also got some of his crew, he's told you he's going to plant some in the crowd, so that when he says things, they'll cheer, and they've got plans to basically, he's right, and everyone's going, he is right.
Yeah. So I think we should get one of his guys to watch the
carriage. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm not sure how many guys we have to work with, but
can I do a tinker roll, Matt?
What for?
I think I want to. I think I want to taint the amount, like an amount of what we leave in the carriage.
You want to taint it? In what way?
To give adverse effects, other than like poison it basically.
So if someone steals it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I know who's done it.
Yeah. Sure.
Or like I can.
So
see
what do you want the effect to be like? That it's like they throw up green puke. Like how would you want to? What do you want to? How would you know if someone's done something with it, taken some of that stuff? And also, out of your 6 coin, you're now out of your remaining 9 coin of spark. How much are you cutting it by? Are you cutting it down to 50% and taking 13 coin total? How much are you?
I'd say like 60-40 maybe, or do you think 50-50?
I think 50-50. I think we can get as much as
50-50.
So say 9 coin, 4.5, round it up to 5. So say you got 14 coin.
Yeah.
Worth of spark.
Yeah.
Okay, 14 coin.
Shit spark. So I've got some standstill which I can use out of my bandolier. So I'm going to mark off a spot on my bandolier. I'm going to mix in the spark with some of this standstill poison.
Yeah.
So they're just like paralysing.
It's a powder that causes temporary paralysis. Oh, is it? What would you necessitate temporary though?
Temporary paralysis.
Temporary. Is it like 10 minutes?
A minute or 2? Minutes.
Okay. 1 sec. You know what? No, it's going to be skull fire poison. So it's toxic fume. Oh, that's fume. I guess I could filter the fumes through the spark. So I've done this back at the lab, which causes.
I'd say this will be a 1 stretch flashback.
Okay, it causes incapacitating migraines.
Okay, so if anyone takes that, they're going to be on their hands and knees.
Yeah.
Call on their head. Okay, cool.
Taking it.
Okay.
So, are you taking all of it, or just the bit, just
the most immediate?
The bits that if anyone walked past the carriage, they could grab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Just make sure that doesn't make it into the main supply. I'm just saying.
You have to.
I know what
you try to kill the scops. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to press? You've got a tainted supply out back, 30% of your product. You've got 70% is mostly in the spare room, in the private room.
Yeah.
Gambling. We'll call it the gambling room.
Yeah.
One of the gambling rooms. You are keeping guard. You and Ramina are going to be the ones to pedal it, the two Arubians. Well, Ulf does what Ulf does.
Yeah.
Cool. So, where do you position yourselves? Are you just going to go for the crowds? How are you going to trying to crew? Oh, yeah, and you've paid off to Bar and some of the waitresses to direct people your way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you got like a table at the back or something like that. Where people come to you.
Yeah, I don't think I have to do the like. I think I don't really have to do the work in like circulating. I think that they'll come to me. So I'll probably set up a table.
So I mean, you two in the arena are all inside of each other.
Yeah.
And Ulf is at the top where he was last time.
Yeah.
Near the stairs, he's trying to get a good view of the bar and have a talk to people as he needs to. Okay, cool. So the bar starts to fill. Mostly scoffs, but not all. Not all. Some people just come to, maybe locals come to drink here, celebrate here. And 7, half 7, 8 o'clock rolls around, people start to drink more and more, they start to fill in, a couple of people start coming your way. You see the barman looks over you every now and again and just nods. You see him pour some more pints and his hand unnecessarily grows across the table to get the money and kind of pulls back and he nods again. And you start to see that things starting to pick up, the wheels are starting to turn.
I'm just sat there with like a drink that I'm nursing, not really very quick, and like I'm just, if anyone comes over, I'm just like this amount and just like pull out a little baggie and just like
okay.
Hand it to them.
And you can see there's an air of anticipation. People are waiting for Ulf to speak. You see the grimy faces, the ones that are desperate. They're looking for hope. These people are looking for hope, whether that's fueled by booze or by spark or just sheer depression and oppression and just desperation. But the people here, clearly, they're people who spend their lives working in very harsh conditions and haven't got that much to look forward to. And they're looking for someone here to guide them and give them hope and tell them that things are going to get better. You see Belle Brogan has made her way in. She stands near the bar. She's kind of nursing a drink and keeping an eye out. And you also see a gentleman who you stumbled into on the way out. You see him in the bar. The one who you think probably stole your wallet. And you see him, he gets a drink, and the barman nods to you after he's been served, and you think, oh, he's taking some as well. So, as this crowd begins to, and it starts to get to the point now where people are struggling to get in, like people, excuse me, and they're having to do that like shuffle where you're physically touch people just to get past them. It's a proper crowd now. And you realise Ulf's a smart guy. Ulf's smarter than he looked. He's chosen a place that is popular, that represents the down-to-earth nature of the Old Forge Tavern. It's a part of Coleridge, but it's also not the biggest venue. And while I can fit a couple of hundred people in here, it is given, because it's so tightly packed, it's given this air of, oh my god, who is this, what's going to happen? Because everyone's trying to get in there, right? If this was a bigger venue, it wouldn't have such a heightened tension to it.
Yeah.
Because of the size of the venue, it's done this on purpose. So, as the 9 o'clock begins to roll around and you're starting to pedal, what actions do you want to take to peddle your wares? Do you want to consort? Do you want to tell people to buy it? I'm allowing you guys basically make some rolls, see how much you can shift.
Okay.
And how you want to do it. And, do you do it with Ramina? Does she set you up? Does she assist? Because Ramina can do setups, that kind of thing for you. The barkeep's a great setup. We'll say you get 1 dice from the barkeep minimum, but I think, what actions do you want to take to sell here?
Are we doing like an engagement role?
No, this is still part of your already done. This is stage 2. The engagement will see how Ulf responded to it. He's allowed you to do it. You set it up. You passed that.
I think I kind of come back to consult again. I think consult is probably the way. I think I'm just chatting with people. Just like I've got some of this,
So you've got how many dice you got consort?
2.
2 dice. You get 1 from the barkeep. He set you up. Or the bait. Your previous actions have already set you up.
Yeah.
So start with 3 dice for this one. See how the first before Ulf speaks. See how it goes. This is the pre-Ulf speech.
Okay.
Sales.
What's my position and
excellent. Controlled and position standard. Okay. You can of course push yourself for great if you want to really try and get rid of this stuff. But your controllers can be. You've got people around you pushing them to you. You've got people who are coming here to drink and to listen and get riled up.
So I think I will push myself for great effect.
Okay. So control great. Yeah.
I think we want to shift as much of this as possible. And I think this is just
So you got your 14 coins worth. Cool.
3 dice.
3 dice.
Come on, Dan. Yes, 6.
6
goes well. You do it really well.
All passes.
Awesome. So you do it. So yeah, you shift. You really start to shift some gear. It's just a straight stream of customers. You know, people start talking. You can see people start to get a little bit more agitated, a bit more animated, and then
do I get to tick that clock?
Yes, you do. We'll come to that at the end, so you'll do it in a whole, how much you've shifted. Because you've got to shift 10 coins worth, you've caught it, so you got more. Eventually, without any warning, or any real warning, like, you know, it doesn't seem to be any specified time, maybe he's just judging the mood, he stands up and he just raises his hands. And a hush falls over the crowd. Now everyone's been talking and babbling and just suddenly turns to him. And you see now, Havid, who's been, you've not seen him for a little while, is now at the edge of the bar against the wall opposite the bar. He pulls a cord and you see the Skov flag unfurl on the side of the wall. And Ulf just points at it and goes, "That's ours, brothers and sisters. That's ours. That is the symbol of us, of Scotland. We've come here to make a life for ourselves." Thadeus is not enjoying this. "And we are oppressed at every turn. What jobs do we have?" And he starts calling people in the crowd by name, people he knows.
Are you still in the back room at this point? Or
I'm at the back. I can hear it, and I'm looking. I can see everything.
Yeah.
But I think everyone is zoomed in on him basically,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing they can't see. But yeah, Thaddeus is not. He's
propaganda.
You're not in the bar. You're just in the back room.
No, I'm not in the back room. I'm by the door.
By the
by
back
the
room.
room.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And he starts putting people in the crowd and going, "What's your story? You know, what pay do you take home? How many hours do you work?" You know, he looks at one guy who's lost a limb. He's like, "How did you lose that limb?" And he starts picking these personal stories to, you know, to get a fever going around the crowd going, "Yeah." And you see, you know, their friends, people he's choosing, their friends are going, "Yeah, tell them the story. You know, you did lose that limb working for that Crozian. You know, you did lose that limb because that blue coat beat you. Or, you know, you were robbed and nothing got done about it. Why? Because you're Scov. That's why nothing happened. You were mugged, you got money stolen, no one gives a shit because you are a Scov." And it's just kind of, he starts picking on that. He starts getting the crowd together now. And he goes, "And now they want to celebrate the unification. They call it unification. It's not unification, it's oppression." And as he says that, you know, a huge crowd yell goes up. Drug fueled and booze fueled, and also revolutionary fuel. Just the sheer, even people who are just not drinking have just done it to listen. You see some people aren't cheering as much as the others, but there's definitely a fever pitch building in this room. He continues to talk, and you see Howard starts banging on the wall in rhythm, and people start banging anything they can, glasses on the table, fists on the chest, as he starts saying, "Scotland, Scotland," and this just huge crowd starts coming up, this huge chant, and he goes, "We will never give in, we will not surrender, we will fight until our people are recognised as equals." And he just starts cheering this crowd, and he tells them, "You drink tonight, but you never forget who you are. You don't let them take away your identity. We will not let them take away who we are." I like that, and yeah. If you want to make another roll now as people start to really take the celebrations to heart, you certainly can do. This will be 4 dice now. Because you got 2. If you're still consorting?
Yeah, still consorting, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it would be. So you got assist from the barkeep. I'm going to doing a setup from Ulf here. Just the whole thing now. You couldn't get a better position here.
So
the only way it could be better is if you were a Scotland. It's the only way it could be better.
This is too much. Thaddeus is going to slink out of the room.
Okay.
He's going to turn to the room and he's going to go to...
the Scotland patriotic
He's going to go to the carriage.
Yeah.
And he's going to get out some of the tainted trance and get it on his person, and then he's going to return to the room.
Tainted spark.
Sorry. Yeah. Tainted spark.
Yeah. Okay. Is he going to try and sell it?
We'll see.
Okay, so you just got it. He's got it ready.
I've got it with him.
Okay, do you want to make your roll? It will be again controlled. I'm going to say standard here again. You can push it because if you want to go great, but people again are focused on Ulf, and the fact there's control, people still coming to you. It's that combination of some are going to you, some are listening to him. You got now a couple of repeat customers from the night.
Yeah, I think I will go to great again.
You're really pushing it now.
Really,
Merrick is doing what Merrick does. He's pushing himself to his limits.
Merrick is like completely just like he's completely on board with just how profitable this evening
is. He in the zone?
Yeah,
he is in the zone.
Yeah, he's just putting.
You get some drugs. You get some drugs.
That silver tongue is just rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
4 dice.
So 2 stress.
2 stress.
Yes.
I got crit.
Crit. Yes.
Crit.
Come on.
2 6s.
Oh my god, he's critted.
So it goes from great effect to
incredible sublime effect. I'm gonna say you sell it all.
But then something else has to happen as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, this is what happens.
Starts like recall.
About an hour goes by, and every now and again, Ulf gets up and stands on the table and points to another one and gets them to tell their story. And, he carries on drinking, and then he starts going through the crowd, and so there was crew. He start going through and start talking, and then suddenly the door is kicked in. Like, not open, it is kicked in, and in storm, 10 bluecoats. And they start going, and you see one of them kind of strolls in with that, he's got like a handlebar moustache, and just that air of arrogance, and he goes... And they're all a Crosian. Every single one of them is a Crosian. And he just goes, alright, you scovs. That's enough disturbing the peace for tonight. This is a day for celebration among our unity. And it says that, a bottle gets thrown at him from the crowd.
Oh shit.
I'm going to just immediately...
And he ducks.
Head round the outside of the... just round to the back.
And smashing the wall, and he goes, aye! And you see one of the guys now, sorry for any headphone users there, and then one of the blue coats, tackled the guy straight into the crowd, and the crowd now going, ooh! And you can start to feel sort of build now. You've got how much, did you sell any of your spark for that? That's a question. Did you sell any of your spark on that crit? Because obviously that applies to the whole gang. You're the salesman.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's a salesman. Wouldn't I have to roll my role to do it myself?
Well, you're
I'm not rolling. I'm not
yeah.
selling the normal spark, so no. I know that the spark's.
So you can try to sell it yourself, or you could have, as they're getting more supply, switch some of it out because you've taken it, but they wouldn't.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say you've sold all 14 coin. We'll say that, but 3 coin has been disseminated among them.
Dan, Thadeus sat at the back listening to this shit, which he was in a war against the Scotlanders for years and years of his life. He was taught to hate the Scotlanders. He was taught to smash the rebellion. Yeah. He's in a room where people are actively. He's gonna get his
heckles written. Yeah.
He has, and he wants some payback. He really does not like it. So he's either gonna swap it out or he's gonna. Basically, I think the way I want to do it is I'm going to look for someone who looks more worse for wear and then basically try and sell them this bad stuff.
So are you selling yourself? Or are you going to insert it into Merrick's supply?
No, I'm going to do that. I'll do it myself.
Okay, so you've sold your supply. So you've sold 11 of the 14. What role are you doing here to get someone to buy it while this is happening? And this is before the blue coats kick in. We'll say while it's all the fever, while you're selling it and all talking. As you're listening to this propaganda, this Scov propaganda, what action are you taking to sell?
I think I'm going to look for someone who's young. What's a young Scovlander. I'm going to build to it. So it's going to be a young Scovlander who looks like this is his first night out, or this is his first time drinking and revelry and stuff like that. And basically, I'm going to try and be authoritarian. Yeah. I'm going to try and command him to take.
Okay, so you're going to so you find this fresh-faced callow youth. Yeah. Eyes wide and brimming. It's I'm on the edge of something here. And you're if you're a real Scov, if you really believe this.
Yeah. You buy this.
Yeah. This is going to help you tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will take this drug.
Yeah. And you see he's got a few friends with him. Okay. Yeah, man. It'll be. I'm going to say. Control, because he's a young kid and you're a seasoned scoundrel. We'll say controlled standard.
Another thing for assisting. Is there anything for hindering?
You're on either side of the room, unfortunately, between about 50 people. In sight, you can see him talking to someone.
Yeah. I assume he's just selling.
You'll get one set of beer as well. You get an extra life from the barkeep.
Command.
Go for it.
2 dice.
Yeah.
2 1!
2 ones. Okay. The guys take it, and whether it's their youth or their eagerness,
so they still take it.
They take it. They do it immediately, and then they drop to the floor in front of you, clutching their head. The whole group, and like, yeah, and you're like, before you can go wait or tell them to do anything, they just start taking it there and then, like,
okay.
And they start, and you're drawing people are like looking at you now, going, why is like these group of kids just dropped to the floor in front of you? And Ulf's looking over and sees what's happened. Before Ulf can respond, so make a note of that. Because he's just seen a load of young scobs drop near you.
Okay, can I do something?
Unless you want to resist that effect.
No, I'm going to do something.
Okay, what's
the action? Oh, unless Ulf's doing something.
No, he's blocked
part of it. I'm going to get everyone to stand... I'm going to get everyone to stand back. Yeah. I'm going to go, stand back.
Yeah.
And I'll say...
Now, as this has happened, and that's when the blue coats have kicked in, so this is happening simultaneously now. So they've kicked in, the crowd's focused on them. You're saying to people that are near you can stand back.
I'm going to basically whip out some alkahest, which a fluid that stops the effect of any other alchemical.
Is this stuff you can just have? Simple gadgets?
Yeah, it's in my bandolier.
Awesome, perfect.
So
yeah.
I'll whip that out. Yeah. Basically, I'm going to try and get him to ingest it.
What does it do?
It stops the effects of any other alchemical.
Oh, okay. So you're basically trying to clean them up.
Clean them up, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. I mean, do you just do that? I mean,
well, it depends how hard it is. Like, are they rolling around on the floor? Do I have to tinker to do it?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I think you just get them to take it. Like, I mean, you'd have to like physically do it, but you could easily. I think you could do it. Let me roll for that.
Right, and I'll ask.
There's no risk in you doing it.
I'll ask the bartender. I'll say, oh, they've just had too much to drink. This is just this will calm them down.
You say they've had too much to drink while they're clutching their heads.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'll try and get one of them to drag them out into the alley, basically.
Okay, so one of Ulf's guys starts coming over, starts giving you a handy, and he's like, "What have you done to them?" Like, kind of under your breath.
They're just young lads.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they took too much at once.
I can see why your friend's the one who sells it. And then he starts, you guys start pulling out, waking them up. Meanwhile, a second bottle's thrown at the blue coat now.
I am making my way around the outside of the, just behind everyone, just towards the back door.
Okay, and you can hear now, you can't see him, but you can hear the blue coat sergeant, it looks like. You see from the distance, he did have the 3 stripes on his shirt going, "And you people are ruining the day when we accepted you into our empire." And then you just hear someone go, "Fuck off!"
That was not the right thing to do.
Yeah. And more bothered, you see now the blue coat's starting to back out. Maybe this wasn't the smartest thing to do or say, but they've tried to kick down the door and break up. And he's like, "Right, break it up now, break up this scov patriotic party, for lack of a better word." And it's not going well. There's 20 blue coats there. There's over 200 people in that room.
Thadeus is going to try and locate the switchboard for the lights, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Either outside, he's going to shut down this party.
He's going to shut it down.
He's going to turn off the lights.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe survey roll to see if you can find it and do it in time, quick enough. To see how quick you can do it in time of.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay, what's your survey?
It's 0.
We'll say risky standard in case you get caught. Okay. Risky standard, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got devil's bargains. Is there a good devil's bargain here we can give you? While you're slinking out, Ulf is about to stand on a table, and you see the blue coats now kind of like closing ranks. Like, they took the guy through the first bottle, and they've kind of dragged him, and some of his mates are like trying to drag him back, not letting the blue coats take him.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah. Okay, here's what I've got for you, Devil's Bargain.
Okay.
Because of the nature of the room, you're not going to take it, but you can get +1 die if you do this. You can leave and slink off on your own, but it will mean you guys can't use any teamwork actions until you rejoin each other.
Okay.
Because you're doing this out of sight of other people, so if something bad goes down for now, you guys are scattered. You guys are split.
I think instead.
Yeah. What do you want to do here? What do you want to do? Make the call.
I'm gonna
make the call.
Do it, whatever it is.
I'm gonna throw a smoke bomb.
Oh god, no. Not that.
Okay.
So
you can just do that.
I don't really know. Does it have a fuse? Like,
if it's a smoke grenade, I wouldn't say it has a fuse. You launch it, you tick it, you throw it.
Yeah, I'll do
tick,
that.
tick, 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 throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I want to do it without anyone seeing me. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do it like stealthily,
like finesse it,
behind
maybe?
my back, like under my arm.
Finesse it, prowl it. What action?
Can I do a flashback?
Yeah.
To have like put a timer on a smoke bomb, basically.
Yeah, I'll say maybe one stress flashback.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tinker to set the timer, and then just I'll make my way to the middle of the room, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm doing my shoelaces.
Okay, is the tinker is something you would have done to most smoke bombs just to have it?
Maybe.
Then I wouldn't say it wouldn't be a stress for you. You can just
Okay.
do it because like that's what you do, right? You mess with things. You're a tinkerer.
In the heat of like getting it prepared,
Yeah.
basically, I'm gonna try and force my way into the room while like setting the timer correctly, like because I want to give us enough time to get out.
Yeah.
I place it in the middle of the room, like I'm pretending to do my shoelaces up.
Yeah.
Place it,
Yeah.
and then like I
So
try.
you're getting pushed by the crowd,
Yeah.
but that's helping you because people are so focused on the blue coats they don't see what you're doing.
Can I see this?
I'd say he's in the middle of the crowd, man. Like he knows what he's doing here.
Fair enough.
And
maybe you see him go in the crowd and you're not sure why. And you
I just want to register my suspicions.
just before you roll, do you think Merrick would realise what's happened when the smoke starts to come out in the middle of the crowd where you've gone in?
Probably. I
Okay,
mean,
so
if
when
I've gone in,
you'll
if
realise.
I've gone in,
Okay.
there's smoke, you'd be like, what the?
Yeah, and
Is
he
there a
knows what
fire
the
there?
skills
And
are.
then he sees me like pushing my way out. Like,
So when it happens, you'll
Holding
say
my-
you've realised what happens when it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, you making your tinker roll?
Yep. 2 dice straight up.
Yeah, straight up. Standard.
Yeah.
So when I say standard, like risky. Control. Because you would have done this before. So control standard. Control, nice and control.
Oh,
You do
5
it.
and
You've done it.
6.
So you've done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
So you set off a smoke grenade or smoke bomb.
I set it for like 30 seconds or something like
And
that.
you
I
make
start
your way
like
back
pushing
the
my
crowd.
way out. I
Yeah.
try and get Merrick's eyes,
Yeah.
like trying to beckon him out the back door. And when
That's exactly where I'm making my way to.
Well, as
Don't
this
worry
happens,
about
you're doing that
Okay.
now. You see, because this is all happening simultaneously, the barkeeper's now pulled down a shutter over the glass,
Yeah.
over the glasses and the bottle, so they can't get broken. You see, it's not the first time it's happened.
Smart man.
Smart man. As you're doing that, you see now the blue coat sergeant trying to regain some control goes, right, break it up here, break it up, all of you home, you're coming with me, one of the ones that threw the bottle, and one of the cops just goes, am I fuck, like that, and you see his friends now, and the crowd now starts pushing against the blue coats. Ulf stands on a table and just goes to, you are not welcome here, like that, and now the scoffs go, yeah, and now just bottles, a chair gets thrown, the blue coat's back out, the window is smashed, there's now a few of the scoffs like smashed the window, or not the scoffs, but people who were there, and they got the window, and you start to see scuffles now breaking out. This is on the verge of turning into a proper full-on brawl.
On the way out,
Yeah.
Thadeus is going to try and... how many ways out is there to this building?
Well, you got the back entrance where you
And the
guys
front
come out.
entrance.
You got the front entrance and the back entrance. They're the
I'm
main
going
two.
to lock the back door.
Okay. So on the way out,
Yeah.
you just put something in the way of it, bolt it, tinker the
I'm going
lock.
to tinker the lock.
Make a tinker roll, man. So you
After
guys
I'm
get
out.
yeah.
After I'm out, yeah?
You've cleared the gear.
Good.
I'm guessing you got Ramina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you three are outside. The carriage where she's left it at the end of the street.
Yeah.
And you're going to tinker the lock to try and break it.
I might even try and wreck it just to
You
break,
want to wreck
break
it if you
the
want to
thing.
smash it, yeah? You want to just smash
No,
the door?
I'll tinker it.
Tinker it.
I'll get my
So
tinkering
as you
tools
come out,
out.
you see now, I'm guessing Thadeus kneel down, what's he doing? And he starts playing with the lock. Go for it, man.
You're locking them in
Risky
there?
standard, risky standard.
4 and a 4.
4 and a 4. 4 and a 4. Okay. That's the final straw. You hear suddenly screams and shouts, you realise the smoke bomb's gone off. And people start pushing against that door as you're trying to lock it now. And you hear some cry from the inside going, they're locking us in! They're locking us in! And then suddenly, as you lock it, you snap it, you do it. And then you just hear screams come from the front. You've heard screams.
What have you
The
done?
last thing you hear is they're locking us in while blue coats have assaulted from the front and now they can't get out the back.
We need to get out of here.
And the smoke bomb's gone off.
let's get the fuck out of it.
You hear screams. Romina starts running to the carriage now and gets up on it. You guys get in the carriage.
Yeah, we're getting out of it.
She pulls it round to the front where you guys see, and the first thing that greets you is not just the red glow of the sparks and the industry from Coleridge now. It's the red glow of a fire. And you realise now, you see the whole crew has just, like, the whole of the bar has come out and is now marching down the street now as the blue coats are backing up as one, going back the way they came, and there are now bottles getting thrown, rocks are getting thrown, there's a chair, pieces of wood, refuse from the streets. This is on the scale.
I'm going to lean over to Romina and be like, can you get us the fuck out of here?
You can't go that way. That way is now barred, and you see the red light is a fire. A fire has been started, and you see the blue coat carriage that's brought them is completely ablaze. This is turning into a riot. This is not just a bar brawl now. This is turning into a full-on riot.
So is that what Romina said? She thinks we can't go that way?
So she goes, we have to go the other way now.
Is there another way we can go? Let's get out.
But you get the cold. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So you see now people like the locals now start to come out as well. You see people looking out the windows from the terrace houses. They're looking over the street. You see one guy look out the window. Seconds later, he runs out and he's got a crowbar in his hand. The people of Coleridge are rallying to this now. This is not just scovs anymore now. This is the people against the Bluecoats. This is the oppressed workers of Coleridge against the system that is keeping them grounded to the dirt, and the Bluecoats represent that right here and now. That's what the Bluecoats represent. You guys have fueled up a whole crowd.
It's the back of the carriage. I want to be like, what the fuck was the intention there?
And you see smoke billowing out of the front.
I'm gonna ignore Merrick.
What the fuck were you trying to do?
I'm gonna ignore Merrick, and I'm gonna pop the I guess there's a door to get out, or like swing open the door.
Yeah.
And basically, I've planted a, what do they call it? The people on the railway who shove away the like a cow prop.
Oh, the rail jacks.
Like a rail jack, but one not for spirit, but for people. So basically, I'm gonna like try and poke people away as we go through.
Because now, as you're trying to reverse back, you see people now trying to get in the carriage. Like, one person kind of gets up and Romina just kicks him off. I like that. And you see people now, like, it's just, there's a carriage there. It's a carriage. And people just start to jump on it now. And they're trying to go, want to see one guy now who's got like a kind of baseball bat or a 2x4 piece of wood. And he goes, why are you going back? Get in the fight. And you see now, you can see the Bluecoats are running. And that crowd is breaking after them now. Like, those Bluecoats that get caught, they're going to get beaten to death. This is a riot. And you see now that fire has gone to the other carriage and it's just a blaze. And there are shouts and there are screams and there are broken glass. And you hear now somewhere in the distance a siren gets sounded. Coleridge, a match has been thrown into a tank of gasoline on Unity Day.
What the fuck were you trying to do?
One of you can roll for Romina here to see if she can finesse to get the carriage to try and drive it through the crowd.
There's probably going to be a group action, isn't it? Like to try and help him. But I mean,
I'll be sat up front and I'll be like, I'll try and navigate. That way looks good.
So how would you want to do?
Can I assist? I'll assist by getting this prod out and basically like try and prod people away.
Okay, so you're probably able to wait to get off the carriage. You guys are trying to get out now.
I think I'm doing a study to be like, that way looks good.
Yeah, so who's leading the group action here? Ramina's driving.
The intention of this action is to get away.
Basically, yeah. Or to try, to get away. Because right now you've got the people of Coleridge coming now. You see you guys going away from the fight, and they're just assuming, why are you fleeing? What have you got? What are you hiding? They don't know you. You don't look like you're from here either.
No.
Right now, this is you guys aren't from Coleridge, and there's a riot kicking off.
But we've got lots of money.
And you've got a carriage, and you've got 14 coins worth on you. So. How would you want to do this? Team action?
Yeah, so does the action have to be the same for all of us?
No, you're going to... If you lead it, the highest roll you guys get...
Yeah, it's the same action, so if you lead in finesse and we all roll on finesse.
Yeah. And you take the single highest result as the result for the group, but every 1 to 3, you take a...
But only you and Amina need to do it because I'm doing something else, which is assisting them, correct? Or is that something else?
Is he setting us up by keeping them?
I think a setup's a good one here. I think that narrative-wise, I mean, the rules, but just for narrative, that makes sense to me. You're doing something separate while you're leading her. You're commanding or telling where to go.
Would there be any advantage in me navigating by study?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you choose the action and you play how you do it, and that makes perfect sense. You're studying the crowd in the streets, telling her where to go while she's focused on keeping the goats under control, so they're calm, and you're basically poking people off the carriage at distance. Yeah. So we'll see we'll do your role first to see how well you set up these guys.
Okay, so it's going to be a wreck.
Yeah. You're just going to wreck the people that come in.
I'm like, fuck off. Like, I'm literally swinging
I'm going to say desperate because you clock one person will say, his friends see that and jump in, so that's going to be a desperate standard.
Are you using your stun baton?
Ooh.
Do you want to use it? Do you really want to shit somebody?
Yeah. I'm using a stun baton.
Desperate, great.
Okay.
Desperate, just because. You know what? We'll say this will be risky, great then, because it's not. Or you can make it. I'll tell you what. Risky standard to scare people off, or you can make it desperate, great. So you can risky standard trying to keep people at a distance.
But I'm swinging off the carriage basically, to get.
You know what? No, I think desperate. I think it's gonna be desperate. You're swinging off, but it'll be great because once someone gets clocked with that is gonna scare some people. How they respond depends.
You know what? It's too much for one dice, so I'm gonna go more of a skirmish. So.
Yeah. Okay, you're just gonna fight people.
I'm just gonna parry the hits and then zap them rather than just absolutely smash it. So
so you're a skilled soldier. You know what you're doing here. You know you're used to fighting. So I still think it's gonna be a skirmish. Then we'll call it because wreck was a real power play. We'll call this risky standard.
Risky standard.
We'll see how you do with the skirmish because you're trying to result to the wreck.
I won't spend a stress. I'm just going to go straight up 2 dice because I can't roll a
risky standard
2-1 and a 1-1.
It's a powerful weapon. You might scare people off. Maybe they'll jump on. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. So Thadeus swings out the door. Yeah. Grabs out his baton. Extends it, presses the button,
whips it out.
Electrodes shoot out. There's electric being arced between them, and it just starts parrying people and zapping them away. And if you hit someone, then they. So
you haven't got a massive crowd around you yet, but this is going to draw attention. Whether they flee or whether they attack, let's see how the dice roll.
A 3 and a 5. Thank fuck.
Okay, so you do it with some complication. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Here's a complication. You start clearing a path, and you're going to get the assist on here. But a few people see one of the guys has been dropped, and the second one's been dropped, and now part of the crowd sees what you guys are doing and starts giving chase. They're going to run you down now, or they're going to try and run you down. Right. So you see now, you hear as you're smacking people away, a few shouts and screams, and then more than a few. And as you turn back, you see. There's 2 people have picked up 2 of the a couple of people have picked up 2 of the bodies that you've left, shocked and stunned and like that, and they're pointing at you, and bricks and missiles start getting thrown. They're starting to chase you. See people starting to run now at you.
Okay.
A slate comes from a nearby roof and smashes against the carriage. Ramina ducks and you see a bit of blood trickling down her arm when it's hit, and she starts to whip the goats into speed.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. So we're gonna do finesse because I think it's more important to just go.
Just go, yeah.
What is Ramina's finesse then? How do we do this?
She's gonna get a 1 die. She's a cabbie.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She's a cabbie.
And what tier are the cabbies?
Does that not matter? But not matter. She's on her own here. Yeah. I'm gonna say she's not been trained to deal with fighting through crowds. She usually goes slow, right?
Mm.
She's gonna be at your tier dice, but we'll give her 1 because your tier 0. She gets a 1 die. She's skilled at carrying the goats, but she's not used to navigating through people trying to kill her. Yeah. So, yeah.
1 die for the assist?
Bricks and missiles, dude. Bricks and missiles. Yes, I think do random projectiles, yeah.
No, it was an RPG.
It was an RPG. Suddenly you guys are in the Gaza Strip. Random projectiles, yes. Yeah. So, 1 dice for Ramina. You've got a setup. So you get the multiple dice, but she gets 1 die as well.
Okay, so I get 1. I've got 1 die, 1 taking finesse.
Yeah.
So I get 1 die in the setup.
Yeah. So let me just pull the teamwork.
Yeah.
It's in the book, but I think I printed it off because I tried to be somewhat smart. Resistance roll, fortune roll, gather information roll, engagement roll. No, I'm not gonna hit.
Just remember.
Just quickly, yeah. It'd be good to get this one right.
Yeah.
Just because. So, she's got one. How many? You're finessing it. How many dice have you got there?
I've got one die base in finesse, one for the setup.
So how are you finessing it? Describe how you take the action.
I think...
How are you finessing your way through this?
I think it's mainly Rowena that's doing the actual finessing bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think my bit is probably more of a study. Should it just be a base study?
So the way a group action works is that everyone involved... so you can lead your crew's cohorts with command, but it's command action.
Yeah.
Because you're telling them how to do it.
Yeah. So you... would he have to use command then?
He would have to use command.
Oh, right, okay. I guess you can finesse because...
because you're doing it with them, so you can roll the action ring because you're doing it alongside them,
Yeah.
so you can study it, so you can absolutely lead their own study.
Okay.
You absolutely can do, yes.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll do study in that case.
And then basically, what are you conversing with her to see which way is the best way to go?
So your point now is she's trying to lead it through the gaps in the crowd and you look and go that's empty.
That way.
Empty.
No, and she'll be like, no, that's uphill. Like that'll slow us down. That way then.
Yeah, so you guys are working together to get it through absolutely while you're throwing people off.
Her street knowledge with my just
your view as she's focused on the control and the goats. Her skills combined with yours. Awesome. Yeah. So you get to roll your survey, which is how many dice?
My study is 1.
Sorry, 1.
Study.
2 for the setup, but you're being chased, so you want to make sure that was the negative there.
Yeah.
And she's going to roll 1 as well, so you get 3 dice. But if she rolls a 1 to 3, so roll her separate, you take stress. But out of the 3 dice, you take the highest for all the group.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I think I want to push myself. That's the devil's bargain here.
Devil's bargain. Ooh. So you see now the fire is truly rising to the sky, and you see now other fires have been lit, that other things are on fire. That 200, 300 people are scattered now, and it is growing by the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Right. Okay. I'll give you Devil's bargain. This riot is going to start a clock, a 12-point clock, for Scovlander Revolution.
Okay.
That's the devil's bargain I'm going to give you here, is that you guys can certainly get through
is the Scovlander Revolution something that is outright going to happen, or is it a clock that can go on?
No, it's the devil's bargain I'll give you here for the extra die is that the clock is getting made. Yeah. You guys fleeing through it, the way I'm going to tie into the narrative here, is that people are going to say that you see into the carriage fleeing, and they see you guys don't belong, and it's going to be some assumption here of someone did this. The blue coats come in, everything that happened, the smoke bomb, stuff like that, and you guys fleeing, and the drugs that got sold, it's just going to spark some kind of revolutionary movement here. Accidentally, but it's going to do it. Now, whether that clock happens in future, of its own accord, is separate.
I'll take it.
The thing here, okay, so the clock has happened.
I will take it. Extra dice.
Your simple fleeing through the crowd is basically, here's the newspaper reports tomorrow. Blue Coats raided a Unity Day party. A smoke bomb was set up and the back door was locked. They tried to. A carriage was seen fleeing from the scene that wasn't Blue Coat and wasn't people from Coleridge.
I get the feeling we might get heat on this one.
People are assuming you're some kind of noble. Who is this unregistered carriage fleeing the scene of the riot?
Yeah.
What government hand is behind this? That's the assumption.
I will take it.
Awesome.
Should we start clock?
Start clock. Scovlander Revolution.
12 points.
12 points. Scovlander Revolution.
Even though I specifically...
I see. I made no promises after last week.
Yeah. 12-point clock. Cool. Scov Revolution.
Yeah, man. So you got your 3 dice. Right, roll yours and her separate.
Romina gets a 1.
So you're taking the stress.
Good work, Romina. So good. I get a 5.
5. Okay.
135.
135. So 5's for the group. You start navigating your way through the crowds, and you hear nothing but going, "They're trying to get away! They're trying to get away!" And you've definitely.
I just mutter to myself, "Yes, that's the idea."
And you've definitely been made. The result of this is people start trying to head you off alleyways. You turn one way and think you've got it, and you see now that some people you see right at one of the main bridges start pushing refuse and like you see cabinets and drawers, and they're basically building the barricade. They're trying to stop that bridge being used. Your first way out.
I want to shout back to Thadeus.
Yeah.
We're being blocked off up ahead. Is there anything you can do?
And as you look forward now, you see where you guys are coming out one of the main streets where the bridge was. You see now the people of Coleridge are trying to block that exit.
I'm going to do a flashback.
Okay.
Basically, when I was in the crowd,
yeah.
Earlier when I put the smoke bomb off,
yeah.
Just due to the whole revolution, and Thaddeus got his arse up over the whole revolution, he used that opportunity to slip a time grenade into one of their pockets in the crowd.
Okay.
Which was set for like 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm going to...
Wow, that's cold. Yeah. I love it.
I'm going to... The way I thought it could work is that maybe we'd do a fortune roll to see if that person would be like around us, or like or nearby, or perhaps like on the bridge, like near there, and then basically this grenade would go off in their pockets.
It's so unlikely that you picked the right person.
Yeah, it's like a crowd 200 people.
Maybe not.
I really want them. I really
love the
cool
idea
idea.
of it. Wait, you could just say you've got the grenade. I mean, can you have grenades? Because that's quite a rare item.
Yeah, grenade.
Yeah. You could have a grenade.
Yeah.
Really?
Holy fuck, that's amazing.
It's not a bomb, it's a grenade. So.
When you choose a bandolier slot, he's got the list of items you can take.
Wow.
Well, but you are ex-military. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys might have to, you'll have a limited amount of them, and you'll have to either make them or acquire the asset, because bombs are strictly prohibited in Doskvol.
I know when you were... I think it's sort of different with the leech. I think
is it because you're so used to doing it? Yeah.
You can either build them. I think it replenishes basically your bandolier.
Yeah.
I'll look it up, but
these creations are well known by Tinkers and Doskvol and do not need to be studied before producing them. Sampro creations, bomb number 1, grenade. Yeah. You just get it. You got it. I mean, the downside here, that's a fucking lot of heat. But if you're gonna try and launch that at the barricade or find a new way out, so you've nearly out. You've partially succeeded. You've nearly got out. The complications are trying to block your exit.
Yeah.
How do you guys want to do this?
How many people are in there?
I'd say there's 5 people at that bridge, pushing stuff together.
I'm going to lob a smoke grenade. I'm not going to lob a thingy grenade.
Okay.
I'm going to try and lob a smoke grenade.
You're lobbing a smoke grenade, and what you're going to try and do, maybe go a different route, try and...
Basically, can we try and stop them in their tracks and then try and force our way through this?
Yeah, so it's kind of like half barricaded, I guess. So...
Yeah, they're getting stuff there. I mean,
Can we try and navigate through... If he throws grenades so they stop, could we navigate through the remaining debris?
Problem with that is when you put a smoke grenade in that debris, you're going to be harder to see it.
That's true.
So as it's coming up, guys. What do you want to do?
That was a noise.
The chat talking about bombs and wrecking stuff. What do you want to do? That barricade is coming up. Do you want to turn off, or do you want to try and smash through it? And if so, how?
We will... Do you think we should just turn off?
Is this the main bridge back to?
Yeah, it's one of several. It's one of several. I mean, pull up the map. There's a couple. You're gonna try and go a different way. And there's also smaller bridges. I mean, Doskvol's a city of alleys and canals. There's other ones. Turn off. You see Thaddeus reaching for the bombs, and you decide to turn off at the last second. Cool. So, what action do you want to roll here? Your final action, try and escape from Coleridge. Through the crowd, you turn off at the last second. Ramina's whipping the goats around as fast as goats can go, and you turn off and screeching. The carriage back end swings out as you turn away from that, and more bricks and rocks and pieces of form get you.
Could we have done can we do a flashback to have prepared an area, like a covered area where we can where we've stashed a big sheet or something like that, where we can draw it over the carriage, and then maybe just try and get away on foot, or even just sit in the carriage all night?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, you guys are scoundrels. This is what you guys do for a living.
I'd say we would have prepared a position, basically.
A hideaway. If something went wrong, a hideaway.
A hideaway where...
if fucked you over, if the blue coats got involved, there was a place you could go to cover your tracks.
We would have known that we were So when we got out of the place, we were like, okay, let's head towards there. If we can't get away, then we'll go for the.
Okay,
highway.
so you purposely went this way to try and get away, and if not, you knew you had us back up.
There's gonna be a fucking riot around us.
Stress.
One.
I
think one. Either of you can take that.
I think we're both on pretty high. I mean, I've got 3 in. Do you want to roll off?
I've got 2.
Oh, you got 2. I've got. Oh yeah, we're both on 2 now.
Awesome. So, what action do you take to find this? Flashback as you go in there. You're going to try and like finesse your way to it, or study the crowd. People see you can't be seen, or you're going to just ditch the carriage and try and run in there. How are you going to do it? What's the action you take to get there?
It's difficult.
Do you wreck something to make a distraction? Do you want to skirmish and just fight people and scare them away, like just by sheer, you want to fight, come on, let's fight, and you overwhelm, because you are at the edge of Corey too, there are not many people here, you had the few from the barricade.
Yeah.
Do you want to get in there without being seen, which I assume you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you scare these people off, the ones that are following you?
Perhaps by having prepared like something to drop down like on the alley, like maybe you have pinned up some wreck, basically like barrels or something like that, or like wreckage, and then as we go past we pull like the rope and it comes down like not on the crowd but like at their feet or something like that.
It shocks them.
It just shocks them and like, puts them in their feet.
Yeah. Alternatively, we have established that we've got smoke grenades.
I just don't want to keep using them because then it will get sort of like twinned back to us. Because I mean, it was smoke in the place, and at a minute people are assuming it was a blue coat because.
Well, it looks like, the blue coats turned up, a smoke grenade went off, and the back door was locked. That's a nasty combination of. Oh my god, they're purposely trying to, they're penning us in like cattle.
So basically, as we go down like this alley, I'll pull like a rope.
Cool. So have you already done a stretch for that flashback?
That
was one. So we'll say it was part of that. You
do I have to roll a tinker to see how good that was?
I think that's quite fun.
Okay,
quite cool. Yeah.
2 dice.
Yeah, man. To see how well you guys geared it up. I would say for this, like, if you guys are doing it together, which you probably you could have led him. There's a way you can do tinker. How you want to do it?
Yeah. I'll just tinker.
2 dice.
Two dice.
Yeah. Okay. 2 dice. See how well this was.
4s.
4. You do it.
Double 4 like 3 times.
Double 4. So as you go through, you just reach out and grab that cord, and it leads down an alleyway, and you turn off. It was mostly that is just a cut line of sight while you guys hid. So. What would be the slight consequence from here?
Nothing.
Whatsoever.
We've had too many consequences.
So, as you guys scream, that the carriage screams down the alleyway, like a wheel nearly coming off as Ramina's pushing it to its absolute limits. You hit that, barrels and wood and just general crap just fall. You hear some guys go, and you see like one guy gets like, his leg gets caught in it, and like, you can just see him kind of half bury his mates pulling out.
I think we did
and
forget
it stops them in their tracks.
Position the
effect. Oh shit, sorry again. There was no desperate or cold drink to me. Risky that you could have been caught, standing to make it normal, but you are right, we're too excited to roll dice. Which is not a bad thing. You might need to pay the fixed carriage. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So you go down one, you take a left, you take a right, and what you do is you come into a small courtyard that is clearly was once a carriage kind of coaching in, and you've got the space for the carriage. It just fits in, but it's been repurposed, and you see now like a wall's been bricked up. That is obviously the other side of this kind of semi-courtyard's been used for part of the house and been reclaimed, but you've got this small basic garage you've driven into, which I'm guessing you just drop the door as it comes in, and you guys now, for lack of a better phrase, are in a bricked up box.
Yeah.
But you're out of sight, you think, and you hear shouts and screams and noise going around you. But a minute passes, 2, and no one immediately comes and checks you.
Did I do a desperate roll for that spark baton?
No, you took risky standards in the end.
Oh yeah, because I went to skirmish, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Regarding the 4, I've got a separate off-screen thing there. That's happened. Cool, guys. So, I think now, how long do you stay there for? Wait out.
We send Amina out.
Ramina.
Sorry, not
Remina. Yeah.
Remina. We'll send her out, like to basically
So this, like, you went down an alleyway, turned off again. You've gone into like a semi-bricked up coach and what was like clearly once a coaching in, but it's been bricked up and it's been reused. But you've got this small garagey thing you found. We'll say there's a side room where you guys can sit in, so you're not like in a just complete box. Yeah. Basically, it's like a garage.
We're definitely waiting a night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking perhaps we send Amina out to try and call in some cabs or something like that. Like, so because I'm assuming no cabs want to come to Coleridge after what happened last
Probably
night.
not overnight, no.
I mean, we're not too. I guess we're not too far away from the border. So.
Oh no! Like in the morning, you'd probably be able to make your way out quietly, and if you have to leave the carriage, just make your way out by.
Yeah, we'll probably just do that in the morning and try and make our way out.
Okay, cool. You're leaving the carriage there. You're gonna scout out in the morning.
Yeah, I think we'll do it like under cover of fog, so the blind hour.
Doing the blind hour. So as the morning, so overnight. Right, this is cool. So we're gonna roll now to see as you come out in the morning. We're gonna roll to see the extent of the riot.
You're acting as if this was all my fault. The riot was... you rolled the crit to kick the riot off.
Okay. Area scale is going to be a 6.
It's good, this drug, isn't it?
It's going to be a 6.
At least we got rid of all that spark.
Yeah, it's going to be a 6, yeah.
6?
6 dice. So the area scale is big as it can be. It's a city block or a colossal gang. It's 160. There were 200 people in that room at least.
This is going to be a crit. It's a crit.
It's a crit.
So
it's a crit. So the fortune roll for the riot was a crit. As you come out, Coleridge, the industrial heart of Doskvol, the industrial heart of an industrial city, looks like it's, as you come in, go to the main street and you look up, it looks like it has been a war zone. You just see smoke, not only from the industry and the factories now, but the black smoke of coal, but no, the grey smoke of a fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, more. It's just billowing through, and just above that city fog, that blind eye, you just see it there. The full extent you don't know yet.
I think I'll just turn to you again and repeat. What the fuck was that intention?
I don't know what you mean. I didn't set that fucking riot up, did I? Blue coats came bursting in. That wasn't me, was it?
So, the final, I think, roll here, potentially the final roll. What roll are you doing to scout your way out in the morning? Undercut a beast without being seen.
We are not good at prowling.
We are not good at survey. That's the problem.
Yeah, someone needs to survey.
Do you want to survey? Do you want to prowl? Do you want to study your way out?
I think study way out. So let's go really slowly and just look, study around corners and just
okay, cool.
Check around corners. Cool. I have a whole dice on this.
We'll say that Marina's helping you with this. She's a cabbie. We'll say that she sets you up as well.
What's the dice?
Or she assists you. Or sets you up. She looks one way, you go next one, like that. And then you can have you're not far from one of the bridges. The main one's there, but there's other ones you can take. And you have the three of you look out while one of you drives the carriage.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and make the roll then.
6.
You do it.
Finally, something goes right.
No consequence. So during the blind hour, the perfect time in the city, you pull up the scarf across your faces. You pull your hoods up, all three of you, and you just drive that go in the early hours. Just out of the garage, close it behind you, make sure no one, as best you can see. You leave the other exit you have prepared away from the rubble where you dropped it, and you go off one of the other side, smaller streets where only one carriage can fit down. You take right or left across the main roads, avoid as best you can. You see there is no one on the streets, whether it's because it's the hour or because the city might be in lockdown after last night, you don't know. But the streets are deserted as you slowly make your way back to Crow's Foot. And I think that is where we will end tonight's session. And we will pick up the aftermath. And we'll pick up the aftermath next week.
Yep.
Of what happened tonight.
For the record, I regret nothing.
So So, for those who weren't with us last week or haven't had a chance to see the episode yet, we do pay off at the start of the episode. So what we'll do next week, we will pick up immediately where this leaves off. We will get you guys back to your layer, and we'll do payoff and downtime then as usual to set up ourselves to the next episode. But I think that is a great place to end it. Just as the credits, as the screen fades to black, you just see the carriage just trundle its way back to Crow's Foot. The last you see of it is one of the wheels, where it's been the goat's like super tired, and you guys just trundle back into Crow's Foot. The city deserted at this hour, just trundling back. You do see a few blue coats, like the patrol boats are circling, and you guys stop a few times. You have to stop in between buildings, stop, just to make sure as best you can. You roll the 6 that you are not seeing your way back to Crow's Foot in your lair as you head back to the Silken Noose. We'll make the clock in a moment, yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys fade into the fog and the dusk of the morning with a coin full of, a trunk full of 14 coin, 6 of which belongs to Barjo, and probably a few consequences in your wake. But that's where we'll leave it.
We'll see.
I
think it went fine. I don't think anyone's going to be pissed off with this.
Well, guys, you started a riot and possibly revolution, so that's great. Regards to the revolution, can you please tick 5?
5?
5 on the revolution.
Oh, because of the crit.
Because of the crit, yeah. 5 on the crit. And then I'm going to do the faction game between next week, over the week, and I'll do the Blue Coats one.
Is the clock to stop the revolution? Is that going to be push-pull?
It'll be a racing clock. Which one goes first?
Right, okay.
Depends how bad it kicks off. I mean, we'll see how it goes. There's some rolls, but say the Scots get it.
Just make that now.
Yeah, if you could. So we'll call it. This one would be an 8. Stop the revolution. The city's better prepared, better armed.
Yeah.
The Blue Coats and the military can get involved in this. But we'll see how the dice roll. That's the whole point of the dice roll. But we'll see how that goes. The Scov Revolution stopped the revolution. We shall see. Cool. But awesome, guys. I think we'll pick up there next week. Thank you for staying with us tonight, guys. That was great fun. And thank you guys for playing. Like in the chat as well, there's some great tips in there, great hints. You are correct about the bandolier. You're totally correct. You just get 3 of those items without roll. That's what the leech ability is. That is it. GVYSE. Thank you so much. I appreciate the tips, man. Massively appreciate that. Well, you have to say you were going to sell Revolution. You certainly did.
Absolutely. Is Revolution the name of our new drug?
Yeah, you're like Bajo. It's not called Spark anymore. It's not called Revolution. Little known fact. This is how the chain of bars called Revolution started. But you guys, Revolution started with you. It later became a cheap bar in Manchester, but it started in Doskvol. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Absolutely appreciate it. We are going to end the story episode there tonight. Feel free to stick around after the credits. We are going to go through XP. So, hang around 10-15 minutes with us. We'll just be chatting about tonight's episode.
Pretty laid back,
yeah. Pretty chill. And chat, honestly, feel free to tell us what you liked, what you thought was cool. XP triggers. The whole point of that is actually it's a collaborative experience to work out the experience for the night. So, yeah, absolutely.
Remember to... subscribe to Guild Gaming TV.
Yeah, please do, guys. Let us know what you liked. Comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. We massively appreciate it.
We've got another project which might be coming up pretty soon.
Hopefully. We do. I'll come to that in a second.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
That's
so the next episode will be same time next week. That's 7 PM UK time. Mm-hmm. Twitch and guildofgaming.com or twitch.tv/Guild of Gaming TV. It will be on YouTube. Tonight's episode will be on YouTube. When will it be on YouTube, Dan?
It will be on YouTube later tonight.
It'll be 2 parts. It'll be pre-break and then post-break. So I'll have episode 2 part 1, episode 2 part 2. In regards to what you said, quite right, we have another project coming up, which is Betrayal Legacy. We are board gamers, and we will be playing the Betrayal at House on the Hill Legacy game. The whole thing, the whole campaign. Yeah. So we would love you guys to join us on that and see what macabre tales we can conjure. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, guys, again, feel free to stick around after the credits, but if you don't, we will see you next week, and until then, see you in the dusk. Thank you for staying with us.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Awesome.
ever and on we go, never to learn or grow. Pillars of peace estranged. I guess some things never change. We fall again. Step through empty window haze. We fall again. I guess some things never change.
That's the main thing.
And we're back.
Hello
Hi,
again.
guys.
So,
For those stay with us. Wow, what an episode, guys.
I
I'm gonna get some water first. 'cause-
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Started off slow, but picked up momentum very quickly.
It did very much do that Blades thing of just constantly spiraling into like 4s and 5s.
Yeah,
Consequence after consequence after consequence.
I mean,
and then,
look. I say luckily this week. Yes,
Cheers,
see you,
Chris.
Chris.
Stay on,
Yes.
take care, man.
Right.
Luckily this week we rolled some poor dice. Like last week we rolled like crazily good.
Yeah.
and it was just sort of like smooth sailing a little bit. But this week I had like
we got some desperate rolls.
We had some
did
desperate
get some
rolls.
desperate rolls?
You had some desperate
I had one desperate roll.
You could have had a couple more, but I mean, whether you want to do a desperate roll while being pursued in the middle of a riot, fair. Maybe not taking that one.
Did you mark your experience for the desperate rolls?
I only had one desperate roll in the end. I decided to go
The skirmish wasn't desperate.
for the skirmish.
Wrecking someone, you're like,
Yeah,
making like an example was going to be a desperate but great.
Yeah.
Where the skirmish was fighting them as they come.
Yeah.
And we both have 2 stress left, so pretty stressful. I imagine we're probably both going to be doing our vice part of downtime next time.
The good thing is this guy, she's probably got a bit of coin, quite a bit there.
We've both got 2
We'll
stress
do-
left.
We will
Yeah,
do
we both
payoff.
have got 2 stress left.
So we'll do payoff next week, but you've got a good bit of coin there. Like
Yeah.
you pumped a lot into that, but you got a lot back. Well, you probably almost certainly will do. So XP guys. So who wants to start?
I started last time, so
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, every time we roll a desperate action, marks XP. I had 0 desperate actions,
But you are a controlled character.
but I am a control character. I'm a control player. So,
Thinker.
address a challenge with deception or influence.
Ooh, influence. Now let's have a look at that. Challenges. You didn't lie to Ulf. You didn't deceive him.
Did influence him?
I think you absolutely influenced him. I think.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
it's probably a 1. I can't think of anything else.
I did. Ulf tried to insight him to a degree,
Yeah.
but I mean that was Ulf's
That wasn't
role.
him.
Yeah, that was more an Ulf's role. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
I'll tell you what.
one seems fair to me. Yeah. Because you did try. You influenced Ulf with the whole.
Yeah,
thing.
we cut up the drugs. Yeah.
That would be a different trigger. That one, I think, maybe.
Mm.
You cut up the drugs. You address the challenge with deception. Absolutely, you cut up the drugs. I mean, that's absolutely
Yeah.
deceiving someone. It's not always talking, is it? Like, you had the idea of we got the drugs. Yeah, absolutely, I completely agree. I think cutting the drugs is his deception.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I definitely need to be more deceptive in the future. I think
Lie more.
I need to lie more. I definitely need to lie more.
not necessarily if the situation doesn't call for it, I'd say.
Yeah.
But whatever you think's best, it's your character. You play how you want.
Yeah.
But I think that's actually a good point because the deception there, wasn't it, was to make more money by selling a weaker product. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think what you're called 1, 2, 2.
That's up to Dan. I'd be happy with either.
I'm happy with either. That. What do you think?
It was more deceptive than we did last time. Like, how many did you get last time? Was it a 1 or did you get a 2 last time?
I think I got a.
Well, let's say it happens multiple times in the episode. So, what's the other triggers in that? What's the other triggers again?
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background,
And the other one?
and issues from vice or traumas.
I think maybe the drugs might come into your beliefs and drives, which is I don't
Yeah.
care what I do. I want
No,
to make money.
yeah, exactly.
So maybe one for the
I think
deception
one for
influence.
deception influence.
And then the
I don't think
yeah.
I was as deceptive influence as I should be.
Yeah, well, you're not.
So, yeah.
But to be
Oh,
fair,
as I-
like you did say to Ulf, like I'm going to be straight with you. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So one for deception influence.
Mhm.
What's the next trigger was?
Beliefs, drives, heritage, background.
So for me,
I've been trying to lean into my heritage.
I think it's a clear 2, absolutely. The Ruben thing come into it numerous times. They just discussing the red sashes at the start. Just why you do even like I've got a fake ID, stuff like that. That's my alias because I just think belief, drive, heritage, background. You cut enough drugs. You're deceiving who you are. Not necessarily deception or part of deception with the drugs. just the whole thing, I think you're absolutely clear too. What's the next one?
Vice or traumas, which I don't think I got.
You have no vice, no trouble. What is your vice?
My vice is gambling.
Vice is gambling.
Nothing
really
I very much did not.
No. And you haven't got any traumas because you haven't stressed out, but you are getting closer.
Okay. Any closer.
So 3 XP there.
3 XP.
Thaddeus.
Address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
I've got a 2.
I'd say 3.
wreck everything.
I'd argue a 0.
Technical. Yeah, I think absolutely 2. You mean you rigged up the flashbacks?
Yeah.
Mayhem with the smoke grenade. Mayhem with the door.
Clunk the door.
Yeah, absolute 2.
Okay.
Mayhem, I think, is the word of the night.
You claim to hate the Scots, but you have absolutely started their evolution.
Yeah,
I
love how
you helped them so much. You have furthered their cause so much.
Locking the door for me, I was thinking, if you were in that room...
I just wanted them to get fucked up. I thought the blue coats were going to fight back a bit.
There were 10 of them against the whole...
You started Revolution 10 XP question mark. We'll see how that takes over.
More mayhem than...
We'll see how that one takes over. Because, wow...
Express beliefs, drives, heritage or background.
That is 2. 100% 2.
Yeah, 2.
And then struggled with issues from your vice or traumas.
What's your vice?
My vice is obligation to my family, but I mentioned them, but I didn't.
You know what?
Really...
You haven't got any traumas, have you?
No.
But I'm going to say I think there's a case for one here from the war. Your trauma is the war, or a trauma you have, not one.
That's more background.
Oh, yeah, I can. So yeah, 2. Yeah,
actually
4. Yeah, you're right. Because specifically, it's when you're cold, obsessed. It's a scoundrel.
Yeah.
You are correct.
That is a very much a mechanical term. Trauma.
Yes, you are correct, sir. You are correct.
Unless...
I think 4.
Okay.
Straight up 2-2. Yeah.
It's
that thing of Blades, isn't it? The more fucked up you get, the more experience
you
get.
What do we need? We need survey, don't we?
We kind of need survey or pro.
Have you got much on insight at the minute? No. We neither of us have got insight.
Start Revolution 2 XP.
Our stats are on the screen. Yeah, the ones we absolutely don't have are Hunt, Prowl, and Survey.
Prowl, Hunt, Prowl. Yeah. Hunt, Prowl.
For me, locking that door was hilarious. That was the smoke bomb and a locked door. People will freak out, man.
It's not even just a smoke. It's like tear gas.
Yeah,
they're just choking.
That's what I mean. Sorry, that's what I mean. It's like going to a cinema or a theatre and they go you can't the fire exits, you can't block them, it's illegal. It's like that.
Yeah, I'll put 3
crew experience in
3 in.
Yeah. I'm going to put my 3 in prowess.
We're doing the crew now. What next?
I'm going to put my 3 in prowess.
3 in prowess.
I do want that finesse for the red sashes.
Oh, to learn. Nice, yeah, man, that ties in. So what have you taken? You've taken some prowess?
I've taken 3 in prowess.
Yeah, what have you taken?
I've taken 3 in insight and
nice.
1 in my playbook.
Oh, nice.
2.
So you're halfway with liven up with insight. Oh, you're all so you're taking.
I'm sort of spreading them out a little bit.
What's your one's looking at that?
I've got 4 in prowess, 3 in resolve. I could have leveled up resolve this turn, but
you close on both. That's pretty cool.
I'd rather get prowess up just because I kind of want to soon up.
Hawkers.
So
the gang itself, the Blackwater Exchange as a whole.
Yeah. So acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sales, or secure a new territory.
I think that's a 2. You guys shifted 14 coin. You weren't obvious about it. You got a load of people in one room. You got them all to a lot of people to buy. What's the definition of clandestine?
Kept secret or done secretively, explicitly because of illicit.
I think dealing the drugs was clandestine.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't do it openly.
I marked the XP when it happened. That's just generally how I do it with the desperate rolls, just because I'll forget otherrise.
Absolutely. We will forget, yeah.
So I marked it at the time.
So you got 5 in total today?
Yeah. So, that was a...
Was it resolve, was it?
Yeah, it must have been a resolve, yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 from that one. I think you successfully executed a sale
with sublime effect.
With sublime, you critted on it. You got a 6. You got a 6 on you had 2 rolls, 6 on the first and a crit on the second, man. You do it and you do it on great effect. You pushed it to great.
Which I specifically pushed it just to get great.
So and then you critted after pushing it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
Ulf's above your station.
Ulf is 1.
He's a 1. You're a 0.
Is he 1 strong?
Yeah. He's 1. He's 1 strong, I think. I'll just double check for you. But he's definitely above you.
Yeah, he's definitely above us.
That's really horrible. Everyone's above you right now.
Were we contending with him or working with him, or is that...
the score was to try and convince him.
He's 1 strong. He's got a little bit, and he's got it secure.
And we were contending against him because we cut the drugs and basically contend with challenges. I don't know. Yeah.
Contend with challenges, what was it? Contend with challenges above your station.
Current station, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think 1 definitely,
Maybe
minimum
1.
1.
I'd say probably 1.
I'm kind of getting leaning towards 2 because getting out of the right ends at Warzone, I agree. Like that was above your station, that escalated, and you guys.
It was getting out of a right.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards 2 on that. I think just because think of the whole thing as a whole, right? The whole thing as a whole. Think of the whole. You guys got out of it. You contended it. You had the consequences. You rolled with it. You rolled the wave of craziness and got out.
Yeah. So that's 2 then.
Yeah, I think 2.
And then bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Our reputation is professional.
Yes.
I mean, starting a riot isn't really professional. I mean, that wasn't really our intention.
Was that you? Because again, what people see this as?
Yeah, here's the thing. We went to Ulf offering our services. We provided those services. Some other things happened at the same time.
But you did what you were going to do.
We held up our side of the bargain.
Yeah, to be fair, Ulf's probably going to be really happy with you.
Yeah, actually, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, Ulf probably be really happy.
He's your new best friend. He's your new best friend, mate.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. What? Our new reputation as revolutionaries?
I think it's 1 on that one, personally. I think it's 1. I think you kept up your professional end. You've sold stuff for bars, so he's going to be happy with that. Just might not hear about it immediately, but he's going to be happy. You've held up the idea that you're professional to Ulf. Like, we said we were going to do it, we did it.
Yeah.
But you didn't really bolster or make... You bolstered it, you make a new one.
No.
I think, you had one massive sale, but it was 1 act of professionalism.
Yeah.
We've leveled up.
You have leveled up, and then you got another one.
We got another one, which is express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think there was definitely in a conflict between the two of us.
Yeah, I see at least one minimum during the whole oath, and how you responded, and you were like, "Can I hinder him? Can I not?" I think a minimum 1.
Essential nature.
Anything else that makes the Blackwater Exchange unique?
Other than us working out at tailor shops, or one tailor shop, that's sort of like a unique thing about it. The goals, which is to, I mean, what do we want to do? We want to basically rise to the point where we can contend with nobles. That's from my background, which you've heard today, if you've watched from the beginning, is
we want the Blackwater Exchange to become a household brand.
Yeah. Well, my character got fucked over by a noble, basically, so he wants to get to a position where he can be the one who's fucking...
But that's your character's motivating drive. I don't know.
Which part of the crew? I think it's a 1,
maybe
personally.
It is part of the crew. I think it's probably, yeah.
I feel like it's a 1. I feel like we got a sense of it, but it was very heavily driven towards from the character perspective. I think it's a 1, personally. Unless, there was
a bit of there was inner conflict, so that's probably where most the 1 came from. So yeah, we've leveled up. So I think you usually run through something, because is this where we get...
Yeah, you leveled up, so you've got 6 total for the crew. So upgrading the crew, let's just make sure we're
because I can't remember which one you get coin in.
That's when you level up from strong to weak.
Page 93.
Hey, you're on it. I love it. Boom. Here we go. Page 93 in the short reputation, hunting grounds.
That's about reputation.
Yeah. So crew upgrades. Where is it gone? Crew upgrades? No. The crew 91. Downtime, entanglement. Where's it gone? Sorry. I should really print this off one.
Yeah.
Need to print this off.
Crew advancement 49.
Thank you, there you go. I'll do this somewhere obvious. Boom, crew advancement, there we go. So we've done the triggers, we've done that. Express. This one, so it does say express the goals, drives into conflicts and over nature. This one's very broad. Essentially, did anything happen that makes your crew unique? I think the 1's good. The conflict between you two. So when you fill your crew advancement tracker, you clear the boxes, and you take a new special ability or 2 crew upgrades.
It's got to be a special ability, unless
it could be, or we could we've got a whole revolution after us now, so hidden base might be useful.
Yeah, the hidden base.
One that we don't offer. One separate to tail shot. But So what have we got in terms of special abilities?
So you've got each PC adds a point or an action rating to command, consort, or sway.
Good.
Up to a max rating of 3. Sometimes friends are as good as territory. You may count up to 3 plus statuses. Faction statuses you hold as if they are turf.
I don't think we'll ever get any +3 faction statuses where we're going.
The Ghost Market, which doesn't really apply at the minute. High Society, which in terms of the narrative, it doesn't really work. Hooked, our gang members use our product. We don't really have many, so I'd say we probably just go for the upgrades.
Probably should just get upgrades.
So yeah, hidden is definitely one.
Let's get
I think hidden's right. I think so.
Get a hidden layer.
And perhaps we can convince, in terms of the narrative of the story, we can maybe convince, like, make the jump that maybe we would get a carriage out of it, or if you wanted to go for something better like
Maybe?
Elite Thugs.
I'd kind of
The cohort's 2 upgrades, unfortunately. If you want to get a cohort, it's 2.
Oh, the crew upgrades counts as 2, does it?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. I'll just double check. But to actually get a cohort, you have to spend both upgrades to get them. 49, right? Oh wait, no, I'm off the cohorts now. Crew creation cohorts 96.
I'd be quite interested in getting prowess training.
To recruit a new cohort, spend 2 upgrades. So you have to use both upgrades to get them. You can take crew special abilities from the crews. Oh yeah,
with veteran.
Yeah.
But that's 3. That's 2 levels. So we don't really want that. But we do want hidden lair. So we're gonna need to take another crew upgrade.
So I'm thinking either carriage or, like you say, do a prowess.
So what you can do is, but I think, is it take 1, I believe, and mark 1 in veteran. It's ready for next time if you want to do that.
Okay. Mark 1 in veteran. Mark 1. Oh, mastery, do you mean?
Mastery allows you to go higher on the tier. Where's veteran?
Compose. Veteran. Oh, this is here.
Veteran's there.
Oh, sorry, no, that's separate. Yeah, separate. Ignore me. So, yeah, it depends what you want to do, guys. So you've got the hidden. What are you thinking? Quarters?
A cohort would be good.
We don't have to. We've only got 1 upgrade.
You only got 1, need 2. You need 2.
I would say
Documents.
What's personal?
That's your playbook, I believe.
Oh, that's really good, actually. Yes.
Oh, personal's your playbook.
I think so.
Right. You can train your playbook. Oh, we've got Hawker rigging.
We've got Hawker rigging.
So we've got Hawker rigging and a workshop to do tinkering. And it's secure, and we've got training and resolve as per the Hawker's sheet.
It doesn't actually say personal here. Where does it say personal? Where is it under?
Under training.
Training.
Personal training.
Give a training upgrade, you earn 2 XP instead of 1 when you train that track. Or playbook XP, or personal, it's your playbook.
Yeah, it's your playbook.
Yeah, it's your playbook.
We'll do prowess. I don't mind. I don't mind what we spend the other one on.
You could do quality. Each upgrade improves the quality rating of all items of that type. Oh, sorry, quality, so it means your gear, your documents. So you can have gear, or you can have better weapons, better tools, better supplies, better implements. That'll give you tier 1, or always +1 tier to whatever you have. So like documents, gear, it means like burglary gear or climbing gear. You can have arcane implements.
Alternatively, that's actually a really good point.
Tools is demolition and
we got a lot of cash. We got a lot of cash. We need a vault.
Vault. We'll go for
it.
That is actually a pretty good show.
You got a hidden layer, hidden secure layer with a vault. That's a really good start.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We're going vault and we're going hidden because.
Yeah. So at the start of next session, I think we just have a quick bit of fluff or a quick bit of story as how you got them. What got a week to work out. What you got the silken noose. How would you make it hidden? How do you make it secure? Do you have like a new room or somewhere? We'll figure that out.
So it's somewhere with space because we've got a vault there.
Yeah, basically, I think we'll discuss it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll have a little thing next week. Great session, guys. And we'll do downtime. We'll do payoff then downtime. Yeah, move to a new layer very possibly and continue running the silken as your front, but actually having the main base elsewhere. Yeah. Options, lots of options. But awesome, guys. That's a great session.
Yeah, cheers.
Man,
thanks for sticking with us to the end. You helped us out there.
I massively appreciate it. That was awesome, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. That's cool. Anything else you've got?
No. Just thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll catch you next week. Have a great evening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Labyrinth of lights and life degraded. dawn.